Let's see here. Okay, I think I'm live now. I'm pretty sure I'm live. So I'm gonna, yeah. Let's get started. Let me know if I'm live or not. I never know when it starts with YouTube stuff. Because you have to hit the start event button or whatever. Also, let me know if the audio's ever whack. Is that freaking shiny Carnivine on the first run? Of the very first run. Oh my gosh. Well, we're off to a good start. Look at that already. I didn't even know if I was live. And we start with a freaking mighty Carnivine. That's pretty incredible. I'm not gonna lie. Well, we've already met the quota already. My goal is always to find at least one shiny on the kickoff stream. And we have found one. Without even trying. I'm gonna at least try and find another one, I guess. First run, first floor, man. Unbelievable. And it's a really cool one, too. I already have Carnivine, but it's a really sick shiny. Yeah, what the heck is my luck, dude? This is also the first Rumble weekend where I'm actually playing off of a TV and not off of the gamepad. And it's nice. Like, I can clearly see every Pokemon now. Like, on the gamepad, I kind of had to, like, get close and look at it. But having an actual monitor is really handy. Alright, so what's up, everyone? I'm going to get to the chat in just a couple minutes. At the end of this run. Pinsir would be so cool to get. Yeah, that was like an instant shiny. I can't believe that. So let's beat this thing up and then get it. But yeah, that was actually my first run for this whole Rumble weekend because I've been at work all day. I got home a few minutes ago, ate some Raising Cane's, and I'm ready to get rumbling for the weekend. I've been looking forward to this like all week. Super excited about this. Oh, you got a shiny Drapion, Jake? That's awesome. That's one that I really want to get. I've gotten Scorpy before, and it's a really nice red. Oh, and we get to recruit the boss, too. Really nice. Yeah, I already got a shiny Super Mario 1020. I can't believe it. Look at this. First run of the day, a mighty Carnivine. Pretty fantastic. You can get a picture of this real quick. One moment. Alrighty. Cool. Let's update this number 2. Man, I didn't even have time to do a test run. I just went right into it and got a shiny. Pretty incredible. I will take that kind of luck any day of the week. What's up, Kyong? I think I'm going to just cycle through every single stage. That's a fun way to do it whenever I'm streaming. Sparkling Licklicky. Well, I hope y'all's luck gets as good as mine. I'm sure it will. Like, Rumble is full of crazy ups and downs. Like, you'll go from maybe spending, like, even 5 hours without finding something to finding, like, 3 things in a row. I love how crazy it is in that sense. How are the gauntlets and other projects going? Okay, I have so many in progress right now. It's crazy. Like, being at work 8 hours a day, I'm not able to work on them as much, but I'm getting more ideas for stuff. And I'm working on quite a few things. Probably, like, the most likely next thing you'll see is a video about, like, Detective Pikachu, my experience with it, and why you should play it. And also uncover some mysteries about the game, because it's kind of interesting how it was, like, developed and released. They started development on that in, like, 2013. Oh, you don't have Rumble yet, Tyson? I hope you have Wii Shop channel points put in, otherwise you won't be able to buy it. You might have to look into playing it on Dolphin or installing it with Wii Homebrew. Because they took away the ability to add Wii points, which is like the currency for the shop channel, just a couple weeks ago. Return to the backwards digits? Not this time. They're still fixed from last time. Like, whenever I was making the overlay last time at the last second, I just put in the 0, and like the 0 looks the same way upside down and forwards, or backwards and forwards, so I just assumed that it was right, and it turned out to be backwards. Lots of Peruglies here. Oh my gosh, the lighting of this stage really plays tricks on your eyes, especially with like the Staravias and Starlies. Like, they all look slightly brown in different colors. Is there any specific shinies I'm looking for right now? You know, I never really have particular targets whenever I play Rumble. I just kind of do whatever. There's always some stuff in the back of my mind that I would love to have, like any boss shinies. The Lake Spirits, Rotom, Evolutions. All of those would be wild. What's up, Logan Dell? I might not remember you under that name, but I might remember you under a different name or something. Is that a shiny Squirtle in your profile picture? If so, then I absolutely remember you. I can't really tell because the icon's really small on the window on my computer. Hitmonchan, Charizard, Magneton, those are all very solid choices. I don't believe I have Charizard or Hitmonchan. Charizard and Infernape are shinies that I've wanted for a long time in this game and just haven't managed to get. Gotten plenty of Charmanders, Charmeleons, and, you know, Chimchar and Monfernos. Hey, Zuno Games, thanks so much. I'm hoping to release more stuff soon. I have like 1 billion projects in the works, but like most of them aren't close to completion, and I'm also working on a really long shiny hunt. So it might be a little while until you see a lot of new stuff from me, but I'm always working on it. And I don't want to give away the current gauntlet that I'm doing, but I've been working on it for a few months now, and it's gotten kind of out of hand in a good way. It's gonna make for an interesting video. I'm definitely not doing the day numbering system for it though, because I've sunken so many days into that gauntlet now. Oh yeah, Hitmonchan is really rare, no matter what level you're in. How's it going, Christian M216? You got a Dragonair? That's amazing. Anything in the Dratini line would be incredible to see. Those are all really, really rare. Especially in what a garbage heap that Windy Prairie can be sometimes with the Pokemon you find there. There's some really cool things there, but there's also just some really not as cool shinies. Oh, you're planning a hunt for shiny Squirtle. That's nice. I gotta go for a Kanto starter in one of the main series games sometime, like Fire Red Leaf Green. A video of my favorite and least favorite shinies. That'd be interesting. It would take me a while to figure out which ones are my absolute favorites and least favorites. I'd probably have to use like that, there's this cool thing on like the Butterfly Cave, Dragonfly Cave, that's what it is. That's the website. And it lets you figure out what your favorite Pokemon and shinies are just by selecting Pokemon over and over again until you get the top results. So I might try that again sometime in the future to try and figure out what my favorite shinies are. It's always really fun to do. And you can do it as long as you want to have like a fully ranked list. But that might take basically forever to reach, so it's a fun thing to do in your spare time. Bright Beach is always pleasant. Oh yeah, I've actually always been thinking about in the back of my mind, it'd be cool to try and do that that Zigzagoon Gauntlet in Oris. I might try that someday. It would take a little bit extra prep in a kind of cool way. I'd have to train up the Zigzagoons to a level in which they'd actually be able to pick up the rare candies, as well as the Pokemon that I'm training, because the formula for pickup was changed after, like, as early as Fire Red Leaf Green, where you can't pick up rare candies at every level. I'm going to get another boss shine this weekend. I would flip. I honestly would flip. I'm sensing that someone's going to get one for sure, though, with how many people are hunting Rumble now. Oh yeah, Luxio and Luxray. Like, they're very obvious shinies, but I get what you mean. Like, a couple Rumble weekends ago, I found a Luxio, and it took me a second to gather that there was a shiny one on screen because it was so different. And there are so many yellow electric attacks going on, you could just assume that, oh, that's just another electric attack instead of just another Pokemon walking around. Oh, Dallas did 2 videos on the Dragonfly Cave? Yeah. That's right. You've been hunting for 11 hours. Yeah, sometimes the Rumble droughts can get really intense. But hey, if you're not doing it already, I highly suggest getting a speedy Pokemon with agility or rock polish. It'll speed things up so much for you for Rumble hunting, in case you're not doing that already. It's like definitely the most optimal way to hunt Rumble. Oh, and there's a sparkling Marowak boss, but that's definitely not a shiny one. Shiny Infernape in the boss room would be beautiful. Oh yeah, I'm hoping for that berry glitch fix disc to come in soon. I'm gonna make a video on that whenever that happens too, for sure. Doing something with that Zigzagoon would be neat. I just got hit twice by Petal Dance. Just got shiny buses. I mean, Badoo. Buses is a nice autocorrect for that. We're doing like that whole level 100 gauntlet, but also with a shiny Trico. That's going to take a lot of time, but that's going to be really cool in the end. Do it. And Rumble weekend's always super fun. It's never a huge commitment thing either. You can probably put in just a couple hours one day, still walk away with a shiny. That's like one of the best things about it. Like you could either like put in an entire weekend and go for as many as you want, or you could just play for like a little bit one day and just go for getting one shiny. How's it going, Linda McNulty? I almost called you Lindy. I almost combined your first name and last name. Oh yeah, I always replace my batteries in my Ruby and Sapphire for shiny hunting purposes whenever they die. Oh, you're already... It's 1 a.m. for you? Man. Yeah, I would have started this stream a little bit earlier in the day, but I had work today. Didn't get off until a little while ago. So I actually couldn't play Rumble or do anything till now. What's up, Sellout? How you doing? Just rumbling right now. Oh, Dratini's always so cool to see. Yeah, the last Rumble weekend wasn't too long ago compared to other ones. Usually there's a little bit more of a gap between weekends, but I was just really feeling like Rumble again. Tried to schedule it again. And the date on the Twitter poll happened to be this one. Actually, it was originally last weekend, but most people didn't realize, and I didn't realize either, that last weekend was Easter, and I changed it to this weekend. I think, like, I don't know if, I doubt that the Pokemon Company will ever, like, fully acknowledge the existence of Rumble Weekend. Like, it's definitely not that big in a sense, but if shinies ever do return to Rumble, it might possibly have been influenced by this. Like, in the same way that the wormhole system in Sun and Moon kind of is a system catered towards people who are, like, shiny streamers just going for casual shinies on stream, they might implement shinies again in the next Rumble if they see, like, this model of Rumble Weekend possibly being something good. I feel like the people at Nintendo and Pokemon are always, like, silent watchers of everything going on in the community. They might not actively participate, but they're always looking around at stuff. Good to hear, dude. How's it going, Topaz Fox? Oh, Groudon's a nice hunt too. I hope you find that soon. I've been trying to consider doing another legendary or Ultra Beast hunt in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but I really can't decide which one I would do next. Groudon's a good contender though, since you can't get it in 6th gen. And if I were to get it in any other gen, I wouldn't transfer it up. Yeah, I got a shiny Carnivine first run. It was pretty surreal. And I don't think that's the first time I've gotten a shiny on my first run of the weekend, too. Well, if you don't own a Wii, there are actually quite a few people who are participating on their computers using Dolphin. You might want to look into that, possibly. Especially now, since you can't purchase this game on the Wii anyway. Might just want to look into downloading the game and downloading Dolphin and playing it on your computer. It looks really nice in HD on there too. And I don't think it's like too like resource intensive, so even if you don't have like a really good computer, you could probably still play it. Boss Garchomp. The first time I see a Boss Garchomp every weekend, I like kind of freak out a little bit because I'm not like oriented to what the normal one looks like. So I always think the first one I see might just be a shiny boss, and I just kind of like have a double take at it. Yeah, I got that first run Oddish, that's right. Yeah, this was only a WiiWare game, meaning it was like download only on the Wii Shop channel. I don't think it ever had a physical release anywhere. And unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, they got rid of the ability to add Wii points. So this game is no longer purchasable. It's cool to hear so many people are hunting different things right now. I wish y'all the best of luck on that. Currently, my hunt that I'm working on in the other games is Shadow Bayleaf and Coliseum, finally. And it's very slow. I'm happy to get 50 soft resets done in a day. That's like 2 hours of hunting, too. Nice, Kjall. Shiny Diglett. I don't think I have either Diglett or Dugtrio in this game, I'm pretty sure. No, actually I did. I don't know. I don't remember if I've gotten Dugtrio. I really don't remember what I have in this game anymore. I've played it so much. Oh yeah, Sparkling Garchomp bosses are like the worst things to find. Because you really get excited whenever you see that it's actually sparkling and then it's nothing. Yeah, rest in peace, Rumble. But hey, Nintendo, or the Pokemon Company, one of them, earlier this week, they registered a trademark for what appears to be something in the Rumble series. So there's probably something new on the way. What's up, SHZ? Rumble, fellow Rumble lesbian. That is like a multifaceted inside joke. What's up, Bruce? I'm glad you made it. Can never tell with these sparkling dugongs. If that one is shiny, I will eat my hat. Okay, it's not. No hat will have to be eaten. And I'm not even wearing a hat right now, so I could have gotten away with another loophole if I really did have to eat my hat there. Could have like bought a chocolate hat or something if those exist. Zooming through here. That's all I ask for from the next Rumble game. Like, bring back shinies and I will be one of the most satisfied players out there. It could have, like, the wonkiest controls. And it could be a very unpolished, maybe not even super fun game. But if it had, like, the ability to find shinies again in Rumble, I would still play it like crazy. That's just the kind of person I've become. But now there's so many Pokemon, like, this game only had 1st and 4th generation. And now all the Rumble games support pretty much every single Pokemon in existence. And adding the shinies, I imagine, might be a little bit too much for them to handle or something. I don't know. It's kind of sad to see them go, though. I've heard Rumble Blast is a really solid game, though. On the 3DS. Man, then this is your time, Bin Snarb. You will definitely find something this time. Especially since you've gone so many weekends in a row without finding something. Bruce, I was kind of joking about like the making hungry thing. Well, it was like never intended as like a bad thing. I was just saying that your picture of the burger was like good. Oddish. That's true. Yeah, you're completely right, actually. It wouldn't be too much for them to handle. I could see it as like a resources sort of thing, though, since there are all these toy Pokemon models and stuff, and I'm imagining they're having to make those all from scratch. Like this game, when it was released after Pokemon Ranch, meaning they could just borrow all the 3D models from Pokemon Ranch, but in the new Pokemon Rumbles, they've had to make the toy models for every single Pokemon. So I imagine like that's like double the work if they have to also make the shinies. Of course they do that with all the main series games too, but I don't think the people who work on the main series games are the same people working on the Rumble games, since they're more of a spin-off sort of thing. Coming up on the 11-year anniversary of Diamond and Pearl. It's pretty unreal. Been thinking about that for a few days now. I don't know why, but like Pokemon release dates have always like stuck with me like crazy. Maybe because like I just hear about them so far in advance, and I'm just constantly thinking about the day that actually comes. And so like pretty much everything that happens leading up to those days always is like completely sticks in my head. I remember like the stupidest stuff too. Like I remember September 9th, 2004. That was the day I got Pokemon Fire Red, and they cut down a tree in the front yard. And for some reason, I just will always remember that they also cut down a tree in the front yard that day, only because I got Fire Red. Oh yeah, I saw that Fooly Cooley's coming back. I haven't actually seen the original series, though. I might check that out sometime, and if I like it, I'll check out the new stuff. I know a lot of people really look up to that show, though. That always sucks coming down with a cold. Hope you get well soon. Like every time that I have a cold, I start to become really thankful for all the time that I actually spend without a cold. Like I take the ability to breathe through my nose for granted. I'm taking it for granted right now, probably. Let's see. Far-fetched, Weepinbell. Why'd they cut a tree? Because it was getting too tall. So they cut it down. I think it was also like dying too. And eventually if tree's like dead and it's too tall, it might fall. So they wanted to just make sure that it was gonna be okay and cut it down. A lot of OG games are also coming back, like OG video games. The Spyro not treasure trilogy, that's just what it was called in the rumors. That looks insanely cool with the graphics and stuff. I haven't actually played the original Spyros on the PlayStation, but I did play a few of his games on the Game Boy Advance, and I really liked those. So I can only imagine the console ones being much better than the portable ones too. So I'm definitely going to check that out whenever it comes to Switch. Same goes for Crash. I never played a Crash Bandicoot game, but I'm looking forward to playing the Insane trilogy on Twitch. Not Twitch, Switch. Words. This is what 8 hours of work does to me. Let's see. Oh, I'm super excited about Hero Academia Season 3. That's been like one of my favorite shows to follow for the past couple of years. And I've always like held back from actually like reading forward in the story to like see it animated week by week, and it's really paid off. Like I get super excited every time I watch a new episode, so I'm definitely doing that at some point while rumbling tomorrow. Speed down. This place is like the worst contender for Pokemon that'll like try and slow you down. Oh yeah, Fooly Cooley is also only 6 episodes, so it's not like it's going to be a huge commitment when I watch it either. That is actually amazing, Binsnarb. Those are amazing shinies to find back-to-back super fast. I was thinking about how cool it would be to have a shiny Mewtwo earlier today. I didn't even think about the fact that you could have like both Megas. So that might be another future Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon hunt for me. You really enjoyed the Spyros, John Thomas? That's good to hear. Yeah, I understand the feeling of never being able to breathe through your nose either. I had really bad asthma for the first few years of my life. So I was like always just basically mouth breathing. How's it going, Casual Bridget Main? I have Overwatch, but I've never actually played it. because I did like the tutorials and stuff, but I've just been waiting for like the perfect opportunity to play with friends to actually start playing it, because I'm not about to like just hop in quick play, not understanding anything at all, in like the basically Wild West. I'd rather like let friends down than let strangers down starting out. Am I going to use a face cam in the next stream? And the next Rumble stream? Yeah, I'm always going to use it in Rumble. But, whenever else I stream, I'm not sure if I'm going to use one or not. Depends on the situation. How's it going, Jesus? One of the most hardcore Rumblers I know. Dude, I'll hit you up soon then. That would be perfect. I'd love to play some with you. You've made some pretty funny videos with it too. I got it like right before I moved too, so I haven't really had much of an opportunity to play around with it yet. Also, there's like a 90% chance that I'm doing something with Pokemon involved at any time too. I just love the look of the toy Pokemon in this game. It's a really neat idea. And that was a sparkling Prinplup, but I don't believe it was shiny. But if it was, then I missed a shiny. Oh, what am I doing? Going to Windy Prairie now? Oh well, we'll just go here out of order. Mouth breather is like an offensive term. Pretty much just like, you mouth breather. Not like offensive, but it's not a kind thing to call someone for sure. I love some Mountain Dew Ice. I was afraid that when I first tried Mountain Dew Ice, it would be too similar to Whiteout, but they managed to make it its own sort of thing. It tastes really close to like Sprite and Sierra Mist. I don't taste much of the dew in it, but it's a good lemon lime thing to have every now and then. I drank it last time I drove down here on the 3.5-hour drive from home. Nice. Jesus. Getting that work done so you can get the work done in Rumble. I'm paranoid about Weeping Bells. Yeah, I did hear about the Pokemon Scramble trademark. I'm pretty excited about whatever that next game is. I always have like just this hope in the back of my mind that shinies will return. It'd be really cool to have Rumble on the Switch. Yeah, I understand that, Invader Attack. It's really nothing too special. But it's different. I kind of like it. Whiteout is definitely different, though. It's its own sort of thing. I'd say it's more along the lines of like a Mountain Dew Fresca or something. Oh yeah, Colin, you're playing through the game with all shinies. That's crazy. I'm sure like just waiting to get something strong enough for the Battle Royale takes forever. That's a really cool idea. Pretty intense, too. Okay, you went back and rewatched the Prinplup wasn't shiny. Thank you so much for actually checking on that for me. I am fully relieved to hear that, Zuno Games. How long am I streaming today? I was actually planning on streaming for a pretty good bit. My goal was to get at least one shiny on stream. That obviously already happened. So now my goal is to get one more, since I got it first run. Or something crazy like that. Dang, Hisaki. You need to get on that. Or your game's RNG needs to get on that and give it to you finally. Oh yeah, Judgment is a super good move. I found some pretty interesting things about like some moves that are unused in the game. I plan on like posting a video someday. I say this every Rumble weekend now, but I data mined and found some interesting things in this game, like a move that always topples, and like you can actually assign the boss moves to Pokemon, and those are always like super broken. Like they're huge. They can knock out almost everything on a whole floor in one like attack. You can have a field day with the Battle Royale with those. Fresca is always really good. I don't get it nearly enough, too. Like, that was a drink that I always associated with, like, Saturday afternoon trips to my grandma's house. Because that was, like, the only thing she'd ever have there. So, like, I'd always just get a nice Fresca there. Getting smacked around right now. Yeah, Whiteout is the citrus one, JT. What did I get first? I got a Carnivine. I already went to Windy Prairie earlier, skipping that horrible stage. Really the only reason I dislike it is like the color and the fog there. Yeah, I find myself dusting off my GameCube more often than the Wii. We had some good games and stuff, but like getting it back out again has just one extra step that can be like the game changer for whether or not I actually feel like playing Wii again. And it's that the main controller for it requires AA batteries. It's such a simple thing, but it's also just a simple roadblock too if you don't have them. Or if you're like running low on them. I actually made a big battery stop on the way home from work, so I don't run out of battery this weekend. There's an Abomasnow. Oh yeah, this is definitely PUBG right here. Fortnite. Oh no, am I going to have to? No, I don't have to challenge this. I can just go back here. How's it going, Penguin Gaming? Penguins are cool. At least the Wii always reminds you when your batteries are low. It'll remind you like 20 times. And this game especially, like every time you step on the trampoline to go to a new level when your batteries are low, it'll pop up a message saying your Wii Remote batteries are low. That's a smart idea. I'd go the rechargeable AA batteries route, but throughout my life, I've always had like my AA battery, my rechargeables lost to like someone borrowing them for something and then just throwing them away. First time I've had to break out the Gyarados tonight. Rumble came out in 2009, around Platinum. That's why there's like Origin Form, Giratina, Sky Shaman, and all the appliance Rotoms. Oh yeah, I would use a GameCube controller for this, but I play it on the Wii U. And for the longest time, until like a couple weeks ago, you couldn't use the GameCube adapter for the Wii U. But someone recently figured out a way to like hack it so you can actually use the GameCube adapter with Wii U games. I'll do that sometime in the future. If I was playing this on my original Wii, though, I'd definitely be using the GameCube controller. Still, at the same time, you have to get past the main menu in order to select Rumble, and you can't do that with a GameCube controller, so you still need the AA batteries to get to the game. Oh, it's Akira Toriyama's birthday? Yeah! Okay, I was on, like, I think it was YouTube, and the Funimation channel had, like, some sort of community post, and the first thing that I saw was Funimation wouldn't exist without Akira Toriyama, and I saw the announcement, I was like, oh no, did he die or something? But it was just like a heartfelt birthday post. I was really scared for a second, though. I didn't get Rumble until like 2014, actually. I was actually at work on my internship looking up shiny videos, and I don't remember where I found it first, but I think I found like Maitre Armand's channel. I think he was the first Rumbler that I saw with his Rumble videos, and then I watched a Benzio's Rumble videos, and I was like, this is an entire game with Pokemon you can shiny hunt, and I never knew about it. So I downloaded it that night, and I had a blast and found a Caterpie, and I've just been playing it ever since. I'm glad there's that, like, I don't know, I'm just so happy that people like it as much as I did. And now Rumble Weekend's the thing. It's just so insanely cool to see so many people playing this game. Oh yeah, Arizona's got it. Like that dry heat. I've never experienced a super dry heat before, but I can imagine it being so much different from the humidity that we face here in Louisiana. I am confusion. There we go. This is your first time seeing someone hunt in Rumble? Well, it's super fun and fast-paced. Hopefully you will see me actually complete a hunt in Rumble, too. I hardly knew about the game until 2014 as well. It was always something that I just kind of, like, ignored. Even though it was Pokemon related. Good luck, Jesus. I hope you have a very fruitful Rumble weekend. Look forward to seeing what you find, dude. Glade is a sick first shiny. A really good one. Gyarados is also amazing to have as a first one. I had a really lame first shiny. But it was on C rank. It was like within the first couple hours of playing. So at least it was like super early on or something like that. Yeah, last weekend was really kind to us with those shiny bosses. Pretty unreal. I have a feeling someone else is gonna get one too. I'm just sensing it. Chadot's an amazing shiny I don't have yet. Aerodactyl. Oh yeah, I bought one of those Rumble U grab bag Pokemon and I got a Jirachi. I was really hoping for one of the shinies that you can actually get through that. Those were expensive though. Like, whenever I got mine, it was on Amazon for like $30. They don't joke with like those grab bags. It's pretty much like buying an old Pokemon booster box or booster pack. It's unreal how much like the Johto sets have gone up in price. Skyridge and Aquapolis are like the price of a modern booster box for one pack, which is ridiculous. Those are like the sets that I have like the most nostalgia for as a kid. And it's kind of sad too because like I really got into Yu-Gi-Oh collecting at the time that those sets came out. So I didn't get too many cards from those sets. So now as I want to try and collect some more of them, they end up being like the most expensive sets out there. So I'm kind of out of luck when it comes to getting those. Oh yeah, like the flinching in this game is too real. Like it's easy to just run through a floor just like that. But if you get hit, you're going to get hit hard. That's just how this game is. It's very unforgiving in that sense. It's cool also hearing about first shinies in the main series games too, though. I actually like the e-reader aspect of it because I always had one, and I thought it was insanely cool that the cards tied into something else in that way. And on the holo cards, when there actually isn't an e-reader pattern and they just have like that extra like side gloss, that's like super pretty. Dude, yeah, next time in town, I do need to like try and play some Magic with y'all. Maybe pick up a starter deck or something. Card games are so much fun. There's so many things out there that are so much fun. It's crazy. How's it going, the Rainbow Gamer? Oh yeah, Bruce, you're pretty into that Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I'm glad that that game's still going strong too. It's kind of unreal with like all the different mechanics that they've added to it. No shinies other than that Carnivine yet. Hoping to change that. Oh, I know all about that running from shinies because you think they're a glitch thing. Well, the first one I ran into randomly was a shiny Butterfree in gold, and I like turned off the game and didn't save because I just thought it was something you could always run into, like the red Gyarados. Like I just thought you'd go to the national park and find the pink Butterfree during the bug catching contest, and I was wrong. And then I ran into a shiny Flaffy, and I was like, why did that sparkle? This is no different looking. So I also just fainted that because I thought it was a glitch. Instead of catching it for some dumb reason, I think it was like right after I heard about Missing No or something and the dangers of like catching that on your game. So I was like, I am not about to catch a glitch Pokemon, and just killed a shiny Flaffy. In retrospect, I had a bunch of random shinies when I was a kid that I just was too dense to actually catch or know their value. Oh yeah, like I've mainly collect the Pokemon TCG. For the longest time, I like didn't even know how to play the game. So I'm really glad that the TCG Online exists to actually like teach people and show people stuff nowadays. Cause like the town that I'm in, throughout like most of my childhood, there was like little to no scene at all for Pokemon TCG. Like occasionally people would meet up at this one bookstore and play card games, and I played Yu-Gi-Oh with them one time, but like most of the people I played against kind of just cheated. Like there's this one kid who wrote the names of all of his cards on all of the sleeves on the backs of the cards, so he always knew exactly what card he was drawing, but I also kind of always knew what was in his hand, so it was really weird playing against him. And he would just like completely ignore the rules. It was strange. It was like I was playing against a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime protagonist instead of an actual other player. I actually opened up an Ultra Prism booster box a few weeks ago, and I recorded all of it, but I haven't posted the video because I wasn't sure if I was going to post it or not. I'm thinking about posting it. I just haven't had the time to edit it. Yeah, the Aquapolis booster boxes these days, they're like buying a used car. It's crazy. Sometimes whenever like you fail a shiny, that's whenever you're like, yeah, I gotta get in on this. I gotta actually catch some unknown username. Seek vengeance. Do you need a controller? No. You can actually like program all the buttons to, in your settings you can make it whatever keys you want on your keyboard, and it works pretty well. I just use the arrow keys and like the Z and X keys whenever I play Dolphin on there. It works great. You'd watch the crap out of a box opening? Then I should upload the crap out of a box opening. Expect that sometime pretty soon, alongside that Detective Pikachu video. I've been loving that game. It really took me by surprise. That's a really random place to have a Weezing in the middle of a bunch of Kadabra. How's it going, Tails Gaming 24? Did I get the thick Pikachu amiibo? Yes, I did. One of the most worth it amiibos I've ever gotten. It's so big, like I was really surprised when I walked into GameStop and just I was looking for it in the amiibo section, and then I looked a little bit over to my left and there's just this giant hulking Pikachu statue pretty much. And I was like, yeah, this is a must buy. Like, I don't even care about its functionality in the game. This is like a great Pikachu figure. So I got it. He looks really mad too. Right now he's like on my desk staring at me. So every morning when I wake up and want to like go back to sleep for like 5 more minutes, I have Detective Pikachu glaring at me, making that angry face. Like, wake up. So I think he kind of motivates me to get up some more. In fact, mostly this week I've been completely ignoring my alarm and waking up at 7:29 and disabling the alarm before it goes off at 7:30 somehow, and I don't know how. Oh, I'm sorry, SpongeBob. That sucks. Hope you can reclaim. Thank you, Shiny Hunter Sandslash. I really enjoyed watching your Kalos starters video. Doing the island scan stuff. That's super cool. That's a fun hunt. I've always wanted to do one of those. I'm going to hunt Grottle someday. Man, my life lately has just become like a list of a million things that I want to do. It's kind of great in the sense that I'm never going to get bored, at least. But I just never have enough time. You found 3... Oh my gosh, that's sad. Finding sparkling bosses by themselves are pretty rare. I'd say I find way more shinies than just like standard sparkling bosses. So I'd say that might actually be rare than a regular shiny. I wouldn't mind getting a Ribombee or an Oricorio. That meadow is a really cool place. How's it going, Gypsy Z? I'm doing alright. I found a shiny on the very first run of this stream, so my goal is to find one more, at least. Just chilling after work and playing some Rumble. It's been really sad to see like the gradual just total death of the Wii and DS. With the Wi-Fi shutting down and stuff. Reminds me that like 3DS and stuff, they aren't always gonna last forever either. It's kind of crazy. Shiny Boss Articuno would be amazing. Like, I feel like it's one of those shinies that you'd think would be subtle, but stands out like crazy whenever you actually see it. Nice, Kyal. Is that like your 4th or 5th? I know you got multiple Doug Trios today. Yeah, Switch doesn't even have like the Wi-Fi service that they were talking about, like the paid online. I guess they wanted to do a test run of that first. But yeah, no virtual console or anything yet. Switch is still an amazing console on its own though, and I think that says something. Like, they've really focused on just releasing really good games on it. And the fact that it's like portable and that it runs really well, just like, it carries it so well. Switch is like one of my favorite consoles in years. Like, I can't find myself like thinking about how cool a game would be on a different console until like I got the Switch, where I'm like, man, this game would be so awesome if I had it on the Switch with everything I play, basically. How's it going, Brendan? I've seen you've had pretty good luck today too. You got like the whole Rhyhorn line, right? Or completed the line at least. Dogs. 5 today. That's solid progress. That's a good start. There's not like a high quantity of good games out on the Switch, but the quality of the games that are there are enough to like keep me occupied for ages. Like, right now I think I have like Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is a great puzzle game on its own, Celeste, both of the Bayonetta games, and Kirby. And Mario Kart. That's just a solid library overall. Like, I could see myself like going back and replaying any of those games any day. Rumble for the Switch, yeah. That's what I'm really hoping that recent like trademark for Pokemon Scramble is for. I'd be 100% down for a re-release of the WiiWare on the Switch. Like, give us another way to like legally purchase it, since it's like no longer purchasable since the Wii Shop channel's shutting down. Oh yes, like the Gen 6 and Gen 7 models, they just kind of fade the colors on so many shinies. But then there are some where they make like certain things stand out more, or there are like little details that you wouldn't notice until they're in 3D. Like Celebi in particular, I think we were talking about this earlier today on Kial's stream. Celebi looks amazing in the 3D games. Someone found a shiny Heatran boss? Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's something I've always wanted to see. That's incredible. I need to see that soon. Who was it? Right guy Zach? That is so cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'll check it out after the stream though. I'm not gonna like multitask. Well, I'm already multitasking with like playing Rumble and reading chat, so I don't want to add another task to the mix. The Circle of Doom. It's on hashtag Rumble Weekend? Okay, cool. I will definitely check that out. Oh, there's a sparkling Dusknoir boss. Big sparkles. Paris, Venonat, Weedle, Veneweedle. You just retweeted it? Okay, sick. I'll check that out later. I'm glad to hear that, Icy Blue Llama. Thank you. I've actually been also thinking about making a tutorial for the X and Y Pokéradar now, that there's like actual full like interesting information about it that was just data mined last weekend. And my first video on it was like based off of pure speculation. I didn't even know what the faster music did. So I might actually make a sequel to that soon, but I'm glad to hear that it actually helped out. Oh, Animal Crossing on Switch would be amazing. I feel like that's something that they almost have to announce at some point, because we didn't get one on the Wii U. It's been so long since we've had like a real, true Animal Crossing game on console. And there's so many like amiibo things out for Animal Crossing now. They're practically like some of the cheapest amiibo you can get in stores. They'd have some really nice functionality in the new one, I can only imagine. City Folk was the last. Yep. Pokemon Ranger would be another good one to see. I really liked how those always tied back to the main series games with the events. I've never played Rhythm Heaven. It kind of reminds me of WarioWare from what I've seen from it, though, and I love those games. Might need to try it out sometime. Make another? Someday I will, then. Lots of interesting information uncovered, though. Like, the Pokéradar in Gen 6 can actually make it so you could hunt stuff at like 1 in 8,000 odds if you're crazy enough to do that. I never would try it that way. That's kind of almost like... That's too ridiculous to like try and intentionally increase the odds. But it's an option out there that I'm sure like some insane French hunter is going to try. The French hunters, like... They're like some pioneers in some of the hunts that they go for with like the pomade glitches and stuff. It's really cool to see. It was not a shiny Dusknoir boss. That's good to hear about Rhythm Heaven then. I'll need to try that. Oh yeah, we gotta play Smash again sometime. I've been playing it a lot. Like, there's one day this week where I got home from work and I just played Smash for like 4 hours. It was really nice. That is a game that I can never get tired of. Apparently supposed to storm here all night and pretty much all day tomorrow. So it'll be a good time to stay inside and play Rumble. How long does it typically take to find a shiny in this game? It's kind of crazy. Like, the average time for me ranges... I don't know, like, the average time, I couldn't even tell you. I've had so many phases where I found one, like, immediately 2 minutes after finding a shiny. But I've also had, like, going 5 or 6 hours at a time without finding something. It ranges in, like, that. I'd say it's, like, somewhere between there, though. The first shiny that I got today was a Carnivine on the very first run of the night. It was really surreal. Oh, I'm so hyped for Smash on Switch. Like, whenever I saw the announcement for it, I was actually at work, and I like, almost, like, jumped out of my chair. Especially the way they pronounced it, like, not pronounced it, presented it. Like, I thought that the Splatoon announcement that they made beforehand was definitely the last thing of the day, like, the big reveal. And then they said one more thing, and I was just, like, thinking the entire time, it's Smash! It's gotta be Smash! And then when it was, I was freaking out. Yeah, I'd be down on Memorial Day weekend. If I'm not out of town then. What do I want added to Smash Switch? I'd love to see more Pokemon representatives. I'm always down for that. Like, I think one of the new starters would be great. It'd be cool to see another grass starter come back. Like, Decidueye would be such a good pick. Honestly. And I'd also be down for another Donkey Kong rep and another Kirby rep. Like, they could add, like, Bandana D or Marks. Or for Donkey Kong, they could add, like, King K. Rool or Dixie Kong or Cranky Kong or even Funky Kong. And I'd be happy with, like, all of those. And all those would be really fun characters to play, too. Oh yeah, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out too. Still haven't finished the first one. And I got it like over 10 years ago. I gotta get on that. I think like when I was a kid playing in the Metroid style in a big 3D world really disoriented and confused me. Like I could never tell where I was. But I'm sure I can handle it now if I picked it back up. Oh yeah, like 100%. I will be upset if there's not an ARMS character in Smash. That's like the lowest hanging fruit for them to like use. It'd be perfect, honestly. One of my favorite videos to watch is like all the people in the Nintendo store watching it live, reacting to it. They were like jumping up and down and screaming, and it's just so great. Oh my gosh, that is a shiny Eevee! Oh my gosh! That is something that I definitely don't have in this game yet, and it's a really cool thing to see. Eevee appears in almost every level, but it's only like a couple at a time, so it's pretty rare to get a shiny one. And a lot of people have gotten them, actually. But I never have. Oh, that's insanely cool. I'm happy. Yeah, Shrek. Shrek was actually probably really high up on the Smash ballot because so many people were like voting for him as a joke. And somewhere on the Japanese site it said that people would actually like they'd use those results to consider things. So there might be some confused Nintendo people out there right now getting the rights to Shrek for Smash, and so many people voted for him. Y'all just got one too. Oh, you got Voltorb. I thought if he got an Eevee at the same time as me, like there would be like some sort of like cosmic thing going on. How do I guarantee that I catch it? Shinies are always guaranteed catches in this game. That's a good thing about it. All you have to do is defeat it, and you're good. Yeah, this is also one of my dream shinies in this game. Like Eevee, wild. Look at this. Look at it go. Look at that little guy. Very happy. As happy as me right now. And dramatic head turn. Dramatic head turn. Okay, I gotta get ready and set up for it. Not as dramatic enough and kind of bad timing. But that is amazing. A good second shiny for Rumble Weekend. One second, I have to respond to a message. Okay, cool. Shiny Eevee. Unreal. Back to the woods. Would I buy a Smash or Pokemon Switch? Okay, I probably wouldn't go for a Smash themed Switch if I were to get a second Switch because I already have a first one right now. But if a Pokemon Switch were to be released with the new game, I would definitely get that. Because it would be cool to have a themed Switch in the first place, first of all. And then second of all, if I ever wanted to double hunt, I'd possibly need 2 Switches. So if I could afford one, I would definitely try and get one. I just enjoy the idea of double hunting more than single hunting a lot of the time. It's just my comfort, I guess. Does Rumble use the same models as Pokemon Ranch? Yes. I'm like 99% certain. But in America and in I guess also Europe, it has something that it has a few 3D models that America never got in Ranch, because it has some of the Platinum exclusive Pokemon that were to be released in the Platinum update for Ranch that we never got, like the Rotom appliances and such. Oh, Matra Armand found a Vaporeon earlier this week, actually. I retweeted that. It was a pretty cool find. I had never seen one of those in this game before. My favorite shiny right now, Absol. Easily. That's like the shiny that got me into shiny hunting. I was like looking at Cerebi.net for the first time, and I was just looking at all the different like shiny sprites, because I never had seen like any of them before other than like the ones that I had already known about, like the red Gyarados and stuff. And scrolling through the Pokédex, I just went to go see what Absol's was like, and it was that red color, and I was like, this is it. This is the coolest possible shiny. We've peaked. And I decided I really wanted to go for one. So back in like 2005, I started like just breeding a bunch of eggs, thinking that that would be the best way to get it. And after like 2 boxes, I decided, you know, this is never actually going to happen. I'm never going to find the shiny Absol. And then eventually I got back into it. I think I said like basically that exact same story at the beginning of my Absol video, but yeah. That's why it's my favorite and kind of started everything. Good night, SpongeBob. Yeah, it's kind of late over there. I was hoping to start like a couple hours earlier than I did. Thanks, Totally Meta. It means a lot to hear that. It's all just a matter of me getting inspired by other people, though, that inspires me to try and do all the crazy stuff I do. So in a sense, I owe it to everyone to like do for all the stuff all the crazy stuff I go for. I do still need Absol in Pokemon Go. I've only found one Absol raid, and like even if I were to find another one, I need to find a group of people to actually do that raid with me down here. I don't like know of any active group chats yet, but someday I'm gonna try and find a way to go raiding. Last weekend I was back home and I did 2 Lugia raids and caught both of them. Neither of them were shiny though. Dude, that shiny Absol in Gen 3, that was like one of the happiest moments I've ever had, honestly. Like as dumb and cheesy as that sounds, like I spent the rest of the night just like thinking to myself, did that actually happen? Did I just get an Absol in Gen 3? And that's all I could think about. Thanks, a red living onion named Celebi. I'm hoping to release more gauntlets soon. I've got a few in the works. They're just taking a while. I'm hoping to find another one that'll only take like a week, like my Cosmog gauntlet and stuff sometime in the future. But I had a lot more time on my hands when I did that one too, where I could like basically spend all day working on it if I wanted to. Ben Snarb, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that the streak of you never finding anything has been broken. Not the coolest thing for the streak to break on with the Pidgey, but at the very least you found something, and that's fantastic. Am I going to finish with... Yeah, I'm going to keep streaming for a little while. I'm pretty much going to keep streaming until I get tired of talking. I'd say that that's a pretty good time to end a stream. Oh, you're over in Australia. Yeah, like the Australian time zones. I never have a good idea of those in my head. I just always know that it's definitely not the time that I'm living in right now over there. Yeah, I figured that Absols were probably like a 4 or 5 person raid sort of thing. Do I have any shinies in Pokemon Go? At the moment, I only actually have the shinies through the community days, and I don't even have Bulbasaur. So I have a Pikachu and each of the things in the Dratini line. I've been hunting for things in Go for a while, but I just haven't had any luck. Mainly because, like, up until now, I've lived in a very rural area without many Pokestops. So, like, things were... in my neighborhood, I had to walk around so much in order for things to spawn. And, oh my gosh, that's a freaking shiny Seaking. That is a shiny Seaking. Okay. But yeah, I had to walk around waiting for things to spawn. It is Ice Guard. And, like, being in a totally different area full of Pokestops, it's night and day. Like, to see how fast I can, like, catch stuff. That's number 3. And Icy Blue Llama, at the moment, I don't watch Dragon Ball, but, like, I really respect Dragon Ball for what it is. Like, I've seen, like, how many people have been super hyped up over Super and stuff. It's something that I need to get into someday, honestly. Like, I just never was a Dragon Ball kid as a kid. But it looks like something to definitely get into one day. It's kind of exciting that I have that entire story ahead of me from the very beginning. A shiny Bibarel boss would be hilarious. Like, I feel bad for them. It's not... I don't think it's the worst boss you can get. It's a pretty lame Pokemon to get as a boss, but... you could get something like... I don't know. Something really common outside of boss areas. Raid from your stream. Thank you, Timmy the Turtle. Thanks for the raid, dude. And there's a shiny Seaking. A pretty subtle one. I gotta update the number. Coliseum and XD are great games. My only nitpick about it is that it takes a long time to play through them, because like you can't turn off battle animations and it's mostly double battles and stuff. So it's kind of a slow-paced game in that sense, but it's a fantastic game for sure. Also makes hunting pretty slow whenever I can't catch the Bayleaf. Like, the difference that a single turn of not capturing one makes is huge. And I didn't expect that. Oh, if Dallas got a Bibarel, it would be like prime comedy. That's like one of his greatest fears that he mentions every time he hunts Rumbles. He's just like, I do not want a shiny Bibarel boss. 5% Seadra was your first shiny. That's sick. Is it a Kingdra now? Oh, that is actually incredibly smart for the struggle gauntlet. I've been thinking about like ways to set that up for a long time, but it always seemed really painful with like keep maintaining the setup for it. But using an assault vest with no damaging moves, that's like zero setup at all. That makes the struggle gauntlet possible. I'm definitely going to consider that. Thank you, totally meta. That was a totally meta suggestion. Like that was one of the most possibly meta suggestions. Oh, double shinies in this game. That's something that happened to a Benzio. And that video is no longer in existence. And it's sad that it's no longer in existence, but it was really cool. In this very level, he ran into a, I believe it was a Motham and a Grottle. Like, on the same floor. I'm hoping to get a 2-in-1 run soon. Super water kills, I have found 3. I found a Carnivine, an Eevee, and a Seaking. Got a little counter at the top right, too, for how many I found throughout the entire weekend. You just found him, Hitmonchan? That's amazing, Umi Echo. That is well-deserved. That's a really cool one. Blue gloves. What if I let the boss summon a shiny? That is a method that I've always considered doing, but like it's kind of slow. It's a great way to get a very specific target. Like I'd definitely do it for Aerodactyl and Infernape, but that's something that I'd probably save for doing outside of Rumble weekend, because I imagine that if I spent a lot of time working on that, I might spend the entire weekend in that boss room instead of just being out and about, seeing as many Pokemon as possible, trying to get as many as shinies as possible. It's all about quantity for me during this weekend. The quality of shinies is just a bonus, and it's not guaranteed. Oh, and that is a shiny Meowth. That is a quality shiny, guaranteed. A lot more noticeable than I thought, too. Definitely a lot more noticeable than Persian. We are on a roll. That is number 4. Mighty Meowth. That is a good alliteration. Sick. This is crazy. Ah. Yeah, the game needs to slow down. Thanks, y'all. I'm looking forward to seeing this on the big screen at the end. Really great luck today. Okay, here, I'll give some of my luck to you. Right now, I'm just gonna like put both of my hands out right now. Alright, put your hand up to the screen right now. I'm sure this is like a million times smaller than your hand. And I'm transferring my shiny luck to you. Transfer complete. Hope you have some good shiny luck. Yeah. That was really dumb. And there is a normal Meowth. And dramatic head turn. Am I facing the right way? No. Dramatic head turn. Shiny Meowth. Nice. Rocky Cave is annoying. I can see why you might dislike it. When does Safari Week start? It's going to be sometime in June or July. That's yet to be decided. I'm sure I'm going to make like some kind of Twitter poll for it. Try and make sure it's at a good time for everyone, so maximum participation. Are there shinies in Rumble World? Unfortunately, they are not. I believe there is like a really rare ability that's that might be somewhere like 1 in 1,000 or something. I don't even remember what it's called, but shinies in the traditional sense are not in the game. This is the only Rumble game with completely random actual shinies. Hey guys, it's the Mighty Meowth here. Please like and subscribe. What would the Mighty Meowth call his fans? Like, I feel like the Mighty Meowth would be the kind of person to have, like, a name for his fans. What's up, Meowsters? Yeah, it'd probably be like something like that. What's up, bloggers? It's Absol Blogs. This week for Safari Week, I'm actually going all out in the Hoenn Safari Zone and on Emerald version in the Johto extension. I actually ordered a couple Emerald versions a little while back. I'm going to play through them all the way so I can go for some crazy Johto targets in 3rd Gen. I would love to see a Houndour or Miltank or something. I'm really looking forward to Safari Week, though. The Persian Posse. That's whenever the Mighty Meowth evolves into the powerful Persian. The Prestige Persian. I don't know. Twerps. That's another one too. Do I even blog Absols though? No, not really. I hardly blog in the first place, actually. Like, my name was completely inspired by Pokemon Bloggers channel. And I was like, well, I want to make, like, these similar style videos, too. Because he would just, like, go out adventuring for his friends, looking for Pokemon, trying to catch them all and stuff. Just a really fun channel to watch. Like, that's what, like, reignited my love for Pokemon, like, back in 2010. So I just made the name Absol Blogs Pokemon. Because I also wanted to make Pokemon blogs like him. He also had a system for numbering his videos. And I took that too. Like, my channel was like almost completely inspired by his. Oh, a shiny Honchkrow dropped from the heavens for you? That's awesome. That's really cool too. It's nice watching them like drop down from the ceiling. The RNG is messed up in Emerald for sure, but if you're doing random encounter hunts, you can pretty much make it reach a point where it's basically just as random as any other game. It's just with soft reset hunts, you're starting on like the same seed almost every time, as if you're playing on a game with a dead battery. But you can even alleviate that. It's a lot of work, but if you have like a battle recorder with a battle video saved on it from the Battle Frontier, you can watch that and like readjust the RNG seed for whatever you're soft resetting. But that is so much work, I don't think I'd ever go for it. There are only a couple things that are really worth doing that for too. And those are like the Johto starters and maybe Pseudo Udo. Emerald is a crazy topic. I think Shiny Collector 98 has a whole video on it. And I'm sure if you go to like any comment section on an Emerald video, Matarkra IM has a really detailed guide too, written out in the comments. He's always got like those info bomb paragraphs. The Punchy Persian, yeah, I like that. Because it's also, I think, isn't Punchy also in... I don't know if Punchy's in this game. Crap. Thank you, Handsome Hansen 2003. That's a good name. That really rolls off the tongue. Handsome Hansen. Oh yeah, going for another Chansey. That's a good idea. Chansey's like, oh my gosh, shiny Tentacool. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Number 5. But yeah, Chansey is like the mascot for Safari Week since it's so rare and so hard to catch. Unbelievable, guys. Windy Prairie lighting does make everything look crazy. Like Starlies, Bellsprouts, Tangulas, you can't trust any of them. But whenever you see a shiny Tangela, you know that's a shiny Tangela. Oh yeah, Punchy is in the game. Okay. I wasn't sure. I was having like a brain fart. My game is just like chugging out shinies like a shiny factory. Blastoise's hurt box is huge whenever it does that tackle. I can like attack air and it will hit it. Watch this. Oh, it didn't do the tackle and I died. Don't watch that. Oh yeah, I remember you, Florian. Thank you. How's the... Yeah, that gauntlet is something. I'll tell you that. Like, it's been something that I've been working on for a long time. It's taken a long time, dude. But I'm making progress on it. I play it, like, every couple days. And I'm in, like, the 70s right now, I think, in level. Shiny Tentacool. I got in the recording for Shiny Hirtata with the Mighty Meowth. That's fantastic. I missed the dramatic head turn. What's the highest number of shinies I've gotten in one kickoff stream? I think it's this. Undoubtedly this. Before this, I think it was like 3 or 4. Hasn't even been 2 hours yet. Oh yeah, you're over in Germany right now. Shout out to anyone who is like over in Europe watching this right now. You are a trooper for being up this late. It is Friday night though. Happy weekend to you. I'm so happy it's the weekend. Though I have a feeling I'm going to wake up at 7:29 tomorrow morning anyway. That's just been the theme of my life lately. Waking up without alarms. It's nice to have a sleep schedule though. I kind of dislike sleeping through the day. Hey Taylor Gaming TV. Yeah, you came at a good time to look for shiny hunting streams. I only stream like once in a blue moon too. Only on Rumble weekends. Oh, nice. You got a shiny buses, you mean? As someone typed out earlier. Not Badoo. Buses. I think I've seen someone get Rotom before. It looks beautiful. It's got that red aura around it. Oh man, unknown username. Yeah, I have a feeling that luck will turn around though. That's how it always seems to go. Like, you can either be insanely unlucky or super lucky. Like, I went from that 17,000 hunt for Wimpod to like... Well, actually, I had a really good luck streak before that 17,000 Wimpod. Like, I found like 3 phases for Minior in a matter of 2 days, all in under like 1,000 random encounters. And that was right after getting a Rock Ruff in 50. So don't worry, your luck will turn around one day. All you have to do to have your luck turn around is just keep hunting. That's all that's gonna happen. Like, if you stop hunting completely, then your luck is never gonna turn around. Oh, I'd love to get a shiny Guzzlord. It's a good looking shiny. I hope to collect all the Ultra Beasts before Generation 8 comes out. Whenever that may be. Good luck on your homework, Aqua Dialga. And good luck on Rumble when you start that up, possibly. Nice. Definitely join in if you can, Taylor Gaming. If you can't join in on Rumble, just join in hunting on whatever you have. Since I'm like done with school and now I actually have a job, this has been like my first year without an actual spring break, and it's been pretty interesting. Like, instead of, and like, I don't know. At first I thought not having like long breaks like that would be like the worst thing in the world. But now I'm starting to understand that like after work I don't have homework or any sort of like obligations. So I can kind of just go on break every single day after I put in the time. So it's nice in that sense. And I still have vacation days that I can take every year. Like I took last Friday off to go visit my family for Easter. So it's not as bad as I thought. First year without a spring break. What are the rules of Safari Week? Go into the Safari Zone on any game where you can like where the shinies can run away from you. So basically not like the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire Safari Zone, because that's just like basically another route. And go in there and just shiny hunt. The goal is to see if you can win or fail some Safari Week shinies, and that's it. No strict rules or anything. Just go at it however you want. And if you can't find it within the week, you can keep continuing your hunt afterwards. That happened to me once. Like I ended up doing 27,000 for a Doduo after I started that hunt during Safari Week. But then last year I found 6 shinies during Safari Week or something crazy like that. Do I have something like a Discord? I don't really have like a dedicated Discord server or anything. I'm like not on there super often. Like I mainly use Discord for like Smash Brothers related stuff at the moment. Is Shiny Hunter Nick still in the Safari Zone though? 100%. Like he's still out there. Lost somewhere. Unfortunately, there's not. There's like no Safari Zone at all in 5th gen, which is kind of strange. It seems they've kind of done away with the mechanic itself. Kind of disappointing, but then at the same time, Heart Gold and Soul Silver gave us like one of the greatest Safari Zones of all time because it's customizable and you can find almost any Pokemon there. So that gives like worlds of opportunities if you ever want to hunt something new. On top of that, like the Kanto Safari Zone in Fire Red and Leaf Green, that has a huge variety of Pokemon and some really rare 5% and 1% that are just insane. to actually find, and it brings people back every year who have been hunting the Safari Zone for almost 10 years now. So you definitely won't run out of anything if you play in the older games. The Ruby Sapphire Safari Zone's pretty nice. I enjoy it. Emerald has by far the coolest one with all the Johto Pokemon, though. I always use the Safari Zone in Fire and Leaf Green to try and get all the Pokemon from my Pokédex to get to the Sevi Islands. That's something that I forget to do every single run of the game. Like, I forget to actively be collecting Pokemon whenever I try and run through it. And then I have to go and catch 60 after I beat the Elite Four to get there. I spent a good amount of time doing that a few weeks ago. Setting up for that pattern bush hunt where I got Caterpie. If I had found a shiny Uxie, like, that would 1,000,000,000% be the thumbnail shiny for this Rumble compilation. At the moment, I'm thinking the thumbnail shiny is going to be the Eevee. Unless I find something cooler. Get me out of there. Okay, cool. Good night, Florian. Thanks for stopping by. Pattern Bush is a place in one of the Sevi Islands. It's pretty much Viridian Forest, but instead of finding Pikachu, you can find Heracross and Spinarak and Ladybah. So it's a really cool place to hunt in 3rd Gen if you want a nice bug type. It's rumored that, like, the actual pattern of the place, if you look at it from above, is very similar to the circuitry of a Game Boy Advance cartridge. So that's why they call it the Pattern Bush. Oh yeah, Jake, you're the shiny Uxie guy. Oh yeah, that's always really cool whenever you find, like, 2 of those legendaries in the same room. I've had that happen before. It is not a common occurrence, for sure. And that's a shiny Squirtle. Are you kidding me? That is number 6. It hasn't even been... Okay, it hasn't even been 2 hours yet. It hasn't even been 2 hours yet. And I think this completes the evolutionary line for me, too. And this is also kind of great in its own way, because for the longest time on the stream, this one guy has come in under multiple usernames telling me that I missed a shiny Squirtle. But I 100% in fact found and caught a shiny Squirtle this time during the Kickoff stream. So this is great. This is something that's been, like, destined to happen one day. Normal Squirtle. Normal Squirtle. Shiny Squirtle that I did not miss. I have not timed a single dramatic head turn well yet. I need to figure out the timing for that. I did that pretty well last Rumble weekend. I'm tied with you now, Kjall? Dang. My pace has been insane then. Yeah, I've just been, like, at work today. I was just, like, displaying all symbols of good luck, eating good luck food, doing everything to build up my luck for tonight. I've been preparing for this. And look at the luck streak I'm on now. And no, I don't actually have any real good luck food or anything like that. It would be crazy if that existed, though. Oh, you think I missed a shiny Squirtle back there? Darn, I'm gonna have to go back in the video and check it out. Don't forget to update the number. Thank you. Super Mario 1020. Thank you, Mario. Loved your new game. Dude, I haven't played the Luigi's Balloon World update from Mario Odyssey yet. I've seen Donkey play it a lot, though, and it looks really fun. Yeah, I've been eating shamrocks all day. Shamrock chips. I did a little luck transfer earlier, so hopefully that'll rub off on some of y'all. A luck spirit bomb, as someone worded it. Oh, you definitely saw a shiny Squirtle back there. Darn! Oh, Lucky Charms. Yeah, that is luck food. Way to go, Bruce. Naming those luck foods. I don't have any Lucky Charms at home right now. I only have Super Mario cereal and Life. That's what my breakfasts have been for, like, the past few weeks. Life is, like, one of my favorite cereals. Oh, yeah, I've heard that, like, a bunch of people really like hiding those inside walls and stuff. I'll keep that in mind. If there's a balloon that just seems really close but so far away at the same time, I'll just know. At the beginning of Donkey's video, he's like going for one inside the castle. Donkey's like one of my favorite YouTubers, by the way. I've been watching all of his videos lately. I've also been making a giant queue of shiny videos to watch someday. I'm really behind on those. I'm really looking forward to watching like the Underdog's like 40-something minute Rumble compilation video tomorrow while Rumble hunting. Oh, you use this SNES Classic. That's a really sick idea. I should try that at some point. Got one of those. It's cool that they made it the same interface as like the nunchuck and the virtual console controllers. Who would have ever thought they'd do that? Yeah, like the longer you stay in the stream right now, the more I am just draining your luck from you right now. That is the entire ploy of this. This stream contains a luckware virus that goes into your computer and drains the shiny luck from all of your systems that have ever connected to the Wi-Fi network. That's the story. Who is my best shiny? I answered this with my favorite shiny earlier too, and that's the Absol in 3rd gen. That is by far like the greatest shiny I've ever found. I wish you had a capture card. You don't need a capture card in order to make things entertaining, but with Rumble I could see like getting a capture card can make things better. If you have, if you're playing it on an original Wii, you can get like these Diamond VC 500, I think that's what it's called, capture cards for like maybe $30 for the Wii. And for the Wii U, you could get an Elgato. If you wanted to go a little bit more expensive route, you could get a good Elgato for $80. And there you go, you have a good capture card for Rumble. I actually didn't purchase this one myself. This one was actually a Christmas gift from Shiny Hunter Nick. I was gonna buy it from him And he mailed it to me and said, "Oh, no, that's a gift." And I was like, "Thank you so much." One of the greatest gifts I've ever received. Oh, shiny leaf green Chansey. I'd flip out. That'd be insane. Bruce, you think I'll end the stream with like 8 or 9 shinies? Let's see if that happens. Be wild. I'm glad so many of my moves, so many of these Pokemon are weak to the Iron Tail that I have. Otherwise, this place would be a lot more annoying. You got a shiny Squirtle? Nice! That's great. Zone. You're on a roll, too. You've been finding a lot of stuff today. You've got a stream highlight, Timmy? Nice. I'll check that out later. I also got to check out that Heatran boss that someone got. Unreal. Yeah, remember when my goal was just to get like 2 on stream, and now I've got this. I've never really played Rumble with a specific target in mind because like I almost always play on EX, where everything is extremely random. I just have like a bunch in the back of my mind that would be insanely cool to get, and I get super happy when I find them. How many duplicates do I have? I have too many, honestly. I've gotten a bunch of duplicates of a lot of the same Pokemon. Like, I've gotten Turtwig a million times. I want to say I find something in the Chimchar line every single Rumble weekend. I'll have to check that out in a minute, see how many duplicates I have. Good luck on that Shuckle hunt. That's a cool shiny. Really nice blue. I thought that a Zelf was something shiny because it was blue in a mix of all these red fire things. If I could hit 20 again, that would be insane. Last Rumble weekend, I don't think I'll ever top that. At this pace, who knows, though. Might just do that, knock on wood. If I do stream tomorrow, it'll be on Twitch. Not sure if I will, though. I might be going to a tournament tomorrow. Oh yeah, and it is really storming over here. We're probably going to get some crazy storms tonight and throughout all the day tomorrow. Oh, hold on. I have to cancel a virus scan on my computer. Goodbye. Just barely beat your record. You can reclaim it. Glad you were able to catch it. It's Locket. Thank you. It'd be cool to see you hunt something. Definitely try and dust off that old Wii if you can. I thought that Nidoran was definitely a shiny Nidoran female with the way that it, like, popped down in the middle of all of those. What if we pronounced, like, Nidoran male and Nidoran female differently, just as just Nidoran? Like, one of them would be Nidoran and the other one would be Nidoran. It'd be like the Leviosa versus Leviosa sort of thing. And we'd have to say a lot less in order whenever we want to talk about those Pokemon. Now, the Smash Brothers tournament would be down here in Lafayette. It's going on early during the day tomorrow, and it shouldn't last more than a few hours because we can only have the venue for so long. But if it's raining hard enough and it might like reach flood level, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, the Nido Queen and Nido King thing is really... It's a mind game for sure. They don't really seem to spawn in any sort of pattern where it, like, makes sense either. Who's your favorite of Kirby's... Okay. Out of all of Kirby's allies, like, there's the obvious... Those are 2 Sparkling Badoos. That's pretty sick. Like, the obvious pick is, like, not even really an ally, more of just, like, a boss. King Dedede. But out of all the allies, I really think Chef Kawasaki with the cook ability is really funny. He's really fun to play as. And Marks from the most recent update is really fun too. My brother and I did some multiplayer last weekend, and he played as him the whole time. And we were just like having a great time. Good luck on that Zelf, too. Yeah. Actually, I think it might be different. I think it might have a symbol in another version of the game. If I recall correctly, I think in Japan... Nidoran actually has the gender symbol. But in the localized version, it's in the name. Not 100% sure, though. Don't quote me on that. Star Allies is an amazing game. I've actually beat the main story in one night because I didn't want to get spoiled. Because, like, there's this one guy, I think his name is, like, Prosafia Gaming or something, who just uploads all these videos of these new games that come out, and it's like... Final boss or true final boss, and it's right there in the freaking thumbnail, and it gets recommended to me so many times that I was like, I'm completely avoiding the internet today, and I'm playing Star Allies to the finish. So I beat the whole game in one night, and it was super fun, and I still want to go back and replay it more. It has really good replay value thanks to all the copy abilities and stuff, and after beating the main story, there's still so much for me to do in that game, especially with like co-op and stuff. It's worth it. Congrats, Kial! Now you're back ahead of me. Do I like Rick from Kirby? Rick is, like, hilarious. I love that his name is Rick. Just a really solid choice. Like, 9 out of 10. Rick looks like incredibly petable too. What anime have I been watching recently? I've just finished Violet Evergarden yesterday. It just recently came to Netflix as like a Netflix original or whatever. Really, really pretty animation, really pretty soundtrack. Some of the episodes were just really great on their own as like an episodic thing. I definitely recommend the series, but I'd say at the very end of it, it really wasn't as deep as I thought it would be. It ended up having a pretty simple story. I was a bit disappointed by that, but I thought that like the individual storylines from most of the episodes were enough to make it a very enjoyable show. Like, that's one of those anime that people were hyping up to become like a masterpiece. And it's definitely extremely good, but I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece. And how many shinies have I gotten aside from Squirtle? I got 5 others, so that brings me to a grand total of 6 so far. Somehow. XH John, I am so sad for you for getting that Minccino today. That was brutal to see actually happen. Like, that's one thing that you just hear about, and like you're like, oh my gosh, I hope that never happens to me, even though it probably never will. And it actually happened to you. Deepest condolences. Yeah, you missed 6 shinies so far. Staff is really cool. I like how Kirby just kind of stabs at the ground and stuff. And I'm just glad that Yo-Yo returned. That was one of my favorites in Kirby Superstar. So being able to play as Yo-Yo Kirby again was really nice. I haven't actually used all the abilities yet. Like, I haven't used the ESP one, I believe, or like or Psychic or whatever. Still got a lot to do in that game. I haven't played Sonic Mania yet, but that's another one that I hear really good things about. I'll probably hold off until they release that like physical edition of it with new characters and stuff. I won't hate you for a Gory in the House joke. It's a good anime. If any of you watch the Siva Gunner channel that makes all the high quality video game music, they had like this running theme with Cory in the House where they would like take like really popular anime songs and put it in the sound font for the game, and it always just impressed me what they were able to do with it. Yeah, it is kind of my fault that you got that Minccino, and I apologize. But you're getting 2 shinies in return for it, so trade-off. Oh yeah, you got the password Rattata and Bidoof. Those are handy to get. Especially since the Rattata is always speedy. I still listen to all the Siva Gunner videos as they come out. It's always just so exciting to see them in my feed because it happens almost every day. I just have another thing to listen to see if I get the reference or not. And even if I don't get the reference, I'll eventually get it because they'll repeat it like 5 times with other rips. And I'll just listen to something and be like, oh, that's Inspector Gadget again. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So, I have the Game Boy Advance game for that. I actually bought it last year. Brand new, sealed in box. Because the local Rite Aid at my university, they had that, like, on display. And it was, like, a really color-faded box. You could tell that, that Zack and Cody game had just been sitting on the shelf in that store for over 10 years. And like for all 4 years of college, I would just go in there and I would just like look at it and be like, that still hasn't sold yet. And my senior year, I went in and I finally bought it, and it's still sealed in the box right now. I don't know if I'll ever like actually unbox it or play it, or just keep it symbolically sealed. Oh good, you did add the video. I remember receiving the snaps of that. At least you got to see its animated sprite. Well, that's true. He makes them more high quality. He only uploads high quality rips. That's only one of them sparkling. I thought it was both. Did I get any shinies yet? I got 6 of them. Congrats on the Graveler. I can't believe my luck so far. One of them was an insanely cool one too, an Eevee. Yeah, if Kirby crossed over with anything any day, that would be really sick. I'd play that. In making like the regular 3D model for Bulbasaur different in Go, they somehow made it look even more shiny than a normal. I don't know how to describe it, but like the regular Bulbasaur in Go definitely looks shiny to me. Get a VGA graded. That'd be great. It probably wouldn't get a very good grade because of how faded the box is. It's been clearly, like, worn out on that shelf. That's some good progress. You're almost all the way to EX, dude. You're almost to the light. EX is by far the most fun mode to me. What characters am I hoping to join in Smash? I answered this a little bit earlier. I think before you were here. I want to see more Kirby characters. So I'd like to see like Bandana D or Marks make it in somehow. I'd like to see more Donkey Kong characters like King K. Rool, Cranky Kong, Dixie Kong, or Funky Kong. And I'd love to see more Pokemon reps, as always. Like, I think Decidueye would be a fantastic one, or just another grass starter, something like of that sort. You got 10 Bulbasaurs during the event. That's wild. I didn't get one. Because I was like at a tournament at the time during the event, and there's only like one Pokestop outside the venue, and as I walked down the street for like 30 minutes, like barely anything spawned. I did see quite a few Bulbasaurs, but none of them were shiny. That Mareep event's coming up really soon too. Hoping to get a pink sheep. Dude, an Undertale, that would be insane. Like, it's not insanely likely, but it would be really cool to see happen, because I know Toby, he's like a really big fan of Smash. Like, he even played competitive Melee for a while. That would be really neat. And also be like the first indie game representative for Smash Brothers too. I could easily see Shovel Knight making it as that too. Should Rumble count for living decks? If you're trying to create like a living dex that includes like all the Pokemon from the main series games, I'd say definitely like keep that living dex within the main series games, because like it's a whole lot different to get like a shiny Mismagius in the main series than it is to get one in Rumble. Yeah, give DK that coconut gun. CG. Coconut gun. Why do you play with my mind, Staravia? Man, it's so cool that people play Pokemon Go with their parents and stuff. Like, it's really cool to see like parents playing with like their older kids too. But like it's also super neat to see like a parent walking around with like their really young kid and they're both looking for Pokemon. Because it brings me back to like when I was a kid. My parents would go around on like walks around the neighborhood and they'd like want me to come along. And to keep me interested, they sometimes be like, "Are there any Pokemon out there?" And I'd be like walking around looking for Pokemon outside. And now that's actually something parents can really do without even having to like mess with the kids' active imagination. They can really go out looking for Pokemon, and that's super cool. Do I think it's possible to get shiny living dex in Rumble? That's entirely dependent on whether or not like Pokemon like Mew and stuff can really be shiny from the password system and stuff. I'd say that you probably wouldn't be able to do it all on one save file because that would require you to get like the password exclusive Pokemon first try shiny, since like the game automatically saves the second you pick it up. So maybe you could achieve the living dex across multiple save files, but it would be insanely difficult and just overall not very possible. But if you were to like not count the legendaries and stuff of that sort, then I'd say that it's a definite maybe. You could do it. It would still be an incredible endeavor with a lot of the boss exclusive shinies and stuff, but it definitely sounds a lot more possible than having to go for some of those password ones. That was a Mesprit. Nice, Zone. I know you were talking about trying to get something in the Bulbasaur line earlier. Shiny hunting Manaphy in Platinum would be insane. I think I saw, if my memory serves me right, I think I saw a Japanese hunter get a shiny Manaphy earlier on Twitter. Like, they just posted a screenshot with, like, a bunch of exclamation marks, so I can only assume that they hunted it and actually got it, which is absurd. I think Steve, like, Sonics, is also trying to put in a little bit of work for that, too. Oh, yeah, save back up. Or you could probably do it on Dolphin. You could put a save state right before you receive the Pokemon from the password, and then just keep soft resetting from that save state to see if it's possible. But we don't even know yet if it's possible for those Pokemon to be generated as shiny in general from like the ticket station. That's something that has never been proven or disproven. One of the Pokemon mysteries alongside the shiny costumes in Battle Revolution. I actually need to work on getting a real living dex again sometime Oh, that was an April Fool's joke. It was in a Master Ball. I didn't even notice that. Oh my gosh. That is a good April Fool's joke. Like, that is a very solid one. How's it going, Woj? But yeah, I need to get a real living dex again sometime on Pokemon Bank because I refuse to transfer anything from my Heart Gold file where I did my first Gotta Catch 'em All quest. And same goes for like pretty much all my other files where I did the same thing. So I need to just get a consolidated, like, living dex in the current generation in addition to what I have right now. That'll also be handy for, like, future generations if I need to fill up the national dex or something. Thanks for confirming it was not a shiny Magneton. Yeah, it probably would have happened to someone by now if it were possible. But who knows? We said the same. I remember saying the same thing about the Lapras in X and Y, and that ended up being possible. Shiny hunting is weird in that sense, where, like, something can have never happened to anyone before and still somehow be possible. Like, the Ash Hat Pikachu in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Never would have thought that that wasn't locked. Never in a million years. Oh yeah, that sucks that you can't put the totems in the bank like that. I loved playing through the game with the Totem Togedemaru on Ultra Moon. That was a neat little feature. And same goes for like the notch-eared Pichu, the cosplay Pikachu. Those are all kind of just left behind straggling in their original games. What I'm wondering is how exclusive Alolan forms are going to become after Sun and Moon. Like, I'm wondering if they're going to become a dedicated export of the Alola games, or if there's going to be a way to obtain them in the future games. Because, like, the only way that they'd be realistically obtainable in the other games is through in-game trades or through actually going to the Alola region again, since they're that specific to the region. Like, will we have to transfer up from Sun and Moon if we ever want to get another Alolan Executor in, like, Generation 12 or whatever, whenever that comes out? That's something that I've always just wondered these days. Oh yeah, Zapdos, Articuno, those are always worth trying to kill whenever they're sparkling. Do I do competitive? I used to, like, barely do competitive. I'd hardly even say that I did it back in 5th gen. I have a couple videos of me doing, like, a bunch of Wi-Fi battles, just mainly with friends. And I played a lot of Showdown, too. And that's pretty much the extent of my competitive stuff. The main game that I play competitively is Smash. I mostly just do crazy stuff with Pokemon instead of, like, battling. I'm gonna go back and check that Munchlax. Okay, it's normal. I just thought my eyes were deceiving me for some reason. So, Baconburg hunt when? That's a good question. That's in the future sometime. The Ultra Beasts and a lot of those legendaries will have me occupied for a long time on Sun and Moon. Got a bunch of good resets. Oh yeah, and the Seasoned Deerling, you're right. Those are too. Those are gen exclusive. I always forget about that. And it's going to be interesting to see how Vivian is handled in the future as well, too, from Scatterbug and stuff. Oh yeah, the big Sonic OC. I've been listening to the Sonic Adventure 2 battle theme song, not theme song, soundtrack at work lately, every now and then. It's got some good songs. And that's a fantastic question. I don't know if we'll ever see the AZ flow it. Am I a Mario Sunshine 2 or Galaxy 3 person? I would love to see either of those, honestly. Like, both of those are some of my favorite games of all time. I'd say more so Super Mario Sunshine. That game was, like, one of the greatest pickups I ever got. It was, like, when I first got the GameCube for Christmas back in, like, 2004, I got Pokemon Channel with it, which was really fun at the time, but it just wasn't a very long-lasting game. Like, I felt like I probably explored everything in it in, like, a month's time. But the next game that I personally got myself was Super Mario Sunshine. And I was occupied by that game for like almost a year. With all the stuff I could do. With how hard some of those missions were and stuff. It was a great game. Oh, Brendan, you got Battle Revolution. Join me in the search for the costumes, dude. We have to get to the bottom of that. Nice, Trey. Oh yeah, evolving Inkay. Maybe they're just gonna have to do what they do with like Magnezone and stuff and just like make a room somewhere that'll be accommodating to that, like some cave where like the room goes upside down for one room for some reason, and the people are like, yeah, this room has always been upside down and we don't know why, and its only purpose is for evolving Inkay. Just like the Mossy Rock. But that's only if the future consoles don't have like a gyroscope or something like the 3DS has. The Switch has, I believe, gyroscopic features on the Joy-Cons. So I think we're still covered from Inkay, Malamar, and Pokemon Switch. First time watching the stream Rumble. Thanks, Diogo. Glad you were able to make it. Glad everyone here was able to make it. It's been pretty fun to read such an active chat. Oh yeah, the Lucario one would be really nice. I've been like sticking with the Groudon costume. Oh yeah, yeah, you could evolve Inkay in the Distortion world. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, and Heart Gold Soul Silver you couldn't evolve Magneton Nosepass. That's a lot like how in Fire Red Leaf Green you can't evolve Eevee into Espeon and Umbreon because there's no clock. You weren't able to make it? You weren't able to make what? Another thing I'm kind of hoping for in future Pokemon games is I'd honestly love to see the return of outside of battle moves. It was really sad to see in like the 7th gen games they took away like all the functionality and moves like Sweet Scent and stuff. I don't know, it was kind of sad. Like Teleport, Dig, none of those moves did anything anymore because you had the Ride Pager, which was a cool concept after all. Like you could really customize your team however you wanted, but the fact that it completely did away with outside of battle moves was kind of sad to me. How's it going, Captain Discord? Or Caption Discord? Gotta watch all these Infernapes carefully. How's it going, Bottle Rocket? Your internet was down for an hour, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like those shinies came super fast. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. How much have I hunted for the costume? I put in like a solid week's worth of hunting, I'd say, back in September. Like I did at least like 3 full days of hunting it. I did find one uncatchable shiny in the process, which I have a video of that I might post one day. Because, like, all the Pokemon in that game aren't shiny locked, so any of the trainer's Pokemon can be shiny in Battle Revolution. And it was on, like, his team, but the guy didn't even send out the shiny. I just only saw it on the team preview, and I was like, are you serious? Yeah, it takes about 10 minutes if you're me. I'm not gonna lie, though. I really have had droughts in this game before, though. Just not recently, I guess. I've had like 5-hour, 6-hour droughts. Oh yeah, cutting the grass in Gen 3 was super fun. I'm sad that that feature wasn't ever brought back. What's the story with Battle Revolution costumes? Okay, so there are costumes of the Pokemon that you can get from the leaders in Pokemon Battle Revolution. And apparently in the game's code, though we haven't really seen much evidence of it, there are shiny alternate versions of these costumes. And every single strategy guide that exists for the game says if you keep battling the trainers, you might just see them in a different color outfit. And you can get this outfit if it's your first time battling them. But searching and scouring the internet, even like all of the Japanese internet, no one has actually found these costumes in Battle Revolution. Not a single person, not even people actively looking for them, and most people have given up on it. And some Japanese sites even list them as being 1 in 8192 chances, but there's no evidence out there at all, aside from screenshots of these outfits existing in the strategy guides for the game, which means that they definitely exist, but we just have no idea how to get them. One of my theories is that there might be some kind of special preconditions you have to meet in order for them to appear, or they're just so rare that no one ever found them. That's the story of the costumes. What hunt gave me the most PTSD? If there's any hunt that was really... I don't know, let's see. I can't really think of one right now, honestly. It was a Bagon, the shiny that I got, uncatchable. I'll post the video someday. I was hoping to save it for whenever I actually found the costume, but that never happened. Am I going to be streaming for another hour? I'd say probably another 30 minutes is a safe bet. Might go on longer after that if I'm still feeling like it. Oh yeah, go check out that Heatran, Mario. They could also be unused. But it would be strange, though, if they were completely unused and every strategy guide in the world gives the exact same method on how to obtain them. I just wish I knew the inner workings of the game in order to figure out if they're used or not. Guides are never fully correct, but the fact that like so many of them independently reach the same conclusion is kind of significant to me. Congrats on the Rowlet, Piranha. That's awesome. How's it going, Gator? That would be a huge slap in the face, though, if they were just completely unused. Man, we need to get people from like Project Pokemon or something on that. People who are like pro data miners at this. Probably one of the best people to contact would be the person who ever like rigged up the special version of Battle Revolution for Twitch Plays Pokemon. Like I know there was like some sort of gambling hack that the person made, so they almost definitely understand the workings of the game well enough in order to help figure out how to get those items. Oh yeah, that Beldum, that was like my first like fully reached 40 chained Pokemon. That was pretty sad when that happened. But it motivated me even more to go back and Pokéradar some more things, because if I could hunt that Beldum in the Sandstorm, I could hunt anything. Because it's hard to hunt in the Sandstorm in that game. I would love to see like a Virtual Console Coliseum or XD, or even a sequel. Any of that would be mad cool. Oh, I already have like the game in Dolphin. I've tried to like go through it once, but I didn't really find anything of use the one time I tried to like look through it myself, because I don't have too much experience like looking through Wii games. I'm at that point in my life now where it just feels absurd to like even think about that people are asking for Diamond and Pearl remakes, because that still seems new to me. But then I realize that those games are almost 11 years old, and that perfectly warrants a remake in the Pokemon world, and I'm just amazed by that. Time flies. How's it going, Ender Gamer AA? Oh yeah, we also need to figure out the odds of the shinies in Rumble. I have gone through like the vast majority of the code in this game, and I am so close to figuring that out, but just hasn't yet really reached that point. Yeah, it's really easy to get just bodied, destroyed in this game. You get hit once and you're gonna get ganged up on by everything. Man, in the midst of all those Machamps, that Lapras, I was almost like, that's a shiny, but it's not. Oh yeah. My ultimate nostalgia games are Ruby and Sapphire, but Diamond and Pearl also definitely come close. Like, my first playthrough of Diamond version, I could almost walk you through every single day from April 22nd to May 11th when I finished that game. Because that was also around the time that I finished 6th grade. And, I don't know, I just vividly remember all of that for some reason. We went on a trip to Texas one weekend and stuff. I just have some very good times with those games. That's the odds, that's more so the odds of finding a shiny that the other trainer is using and capturing it and having it still remain shiny in your hands. I'd say that the odds are still 1 in 8192, because you could catch a Pokemon that's not shiny on the opponent's side, and then you just have a 1 in 8192 chance of finding a shiny. It's like not that crazy. And people have actually been finding Coliseum shinies these days pretty quickly. Like, I think Kial, the Underdog 2020, he has Quilava, and I think Christy Alals, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butchered that. He found Entei, which is insanely cool. Oh yeah, Diamond and Pearl were also the first games that I followed like from the beginning when they were released in Japan and stuff. Because that's whenever I got my first Cerebi Forums account back in 2006 under the name Absoltastic. And I like followed all the Japanese names for the Pokemon. I was really into making Pokemon sprites at the time, so I was like making fusions of them and stuff. And I remember I had quite a few times, like just dreams, where I was playing through Pokemon Diamond for the first time. And I had like, I didn't watch any footage of the game because I was on dial-up internet. So I had like so many ideas in my head of how the game actually looked. So I had like, I played through like dream versions of the game like 5 or 6 times in the starting town. So it was so exciting to actually play through the real thing. What is my least favorite shiny? That's a tough one. Oh yeah, Chris also has the Croconaw. He's been going at it. Yeah, I had dial-up till 2007. In the extremely early days of YouTube, Google Video, I would like watch those videos of people making fake evolutions in Pokemon. Like they'd have the evolution animation from like Ruby and Sapphire. I'd wait a good 20 minutes for one of those videos to load up and watch it. I did watch the Arceus event before Diamond and Pearl came out and watched how people did the tweaking glitch to get to it, where they like surfed in the Pokemon League before that was patched out in the Japanese and English versions of the games. That was insanely cool. I waited a really long time to watch that too. So I saw like the Arceus event that we never ended up getting anyway. I saw footage of that before I saw footage of the beginning of the game, because I just knew that like it was something that we most likely weren't going to see for a long time anyway. A couple other level 100 gauntlets have been pretty much mostly fan inspired, but this is one of the first times where like something that I thought wasn't very possible was like easily made possible thanks to the suggestion of a fan like you. So that's pretty awesome. We haven't been back to Kanto in a long time. That was like something that happened every generation up until Gen 5. Yeah. It's pretty cool that people still manage to find a way around that like Elite Four surfing glitch with like the tweaking at the bicycle and stuff. I've never personally tried that, and I don't ever feel like super motivated to actually do that in Diamond and Pearl because like you can't transfer up the Pokemon, like the game hasn't marked them as legit through a flag either. So like I'd only ever do that if I just really wanted to hunt for shiny Arceus for some reason. Probably wouldn't transfer them anyway if I got them, though. Oh yeah, we deserve the Azure Flute in the remake. And hey, even if not the remake, the Virtual Console version of the game, they could do exactly what they did for Celebi and the in Crystal, and just give us all those event items sometime in game. It would fix so many things. And then in the 3rd gen games, we could get like Deoxys, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Mew, all built into the actual game on Virtual Console. That'd be worth it. Congrats on the Cubone. Yeah, Magby does kind of look like already been chewed gum. Sparkly Gengar, but not shiny. Because shiny Gengar is a bit shadowy, as Dallas would say. Oh yeah, they will remake 4th gen someday for sure. There's no reason for them not to make remakes, especially with how well they sell. But Virtual Console's also always another idea. That'd be really cool. Oh, you told all the Blissey and Chansey that I killed the shiny one? They're not going to be happy about that. I think I said in that like SOS Gauntlet video that I never finished a level 100 Gauntlet in one day before, but then I looked back and I realized that I did with the football game one with the rare candy trick. I just forgotten that I did that in one day. Instant buy if they make Rumble for the Switch. Oh yeah, an Emerald fix would be very welcomed with the RNG. They haven't really been like touching up on glitches in the Virtual Console re-releases though. They've been like trying to keep them authentic, so they might do that. But at the very least, at least the internal batteries would never die on these games if they were to make the Virtual Console versions. Makes things a little easier for hunters. Yeah, I could see them calling it Temporal Diamond and Spatial Pearl to go with the moves. Yeah, I didn't know there were shinies in this game either until like 2014 when I first saw a few shiny videos. Then I was hooked on it ever since. What was the longest level 100 Gauntlet I've ever done besides the Tristan one? For a while I'd say it was the Jigglypuff Daycare one. That one was kind of excruciating and it was usually like a side task where I was doing it during something else. That just took a lot of hours of doing practically nothing on the game, moving things back and forth. But then I'd also say the current gauntlet that I'm working on right now could be a good contender for the longest level 100 gauntlet. It's been an extremely gradual thing. Well, I'm doing Windy Prairie twice in a row, I guess. Adamant Diamond and Lustrous Pearl. I like that too. Griseous Platinum. I can hear the glimmers of shiny Pokemon in the distance. Yeah, I think I can hear one. I think I can hear one. Is it even possible to get a shiny female Hippowdon in this game? You've only seen people get males. That's actually a great question. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I think I've gotten both Hippopotas. Or I've seen both Hippopotas happen to people. So I'd say it would be possible with Hippowdon. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. Is there a prerequisite to getting shinies? As far as I know, the only place where you can't find shinies is the very first Silent Forest on rank C, where all the encounters are pretty much set and scripted. I found like one, like maybe an hour into playing the game in C rank in Silent Forest. So I'd say you're definitely in the range of potentially running into one at some point. So just keep playing and maybe you'll find one. Playing through the story does tend to go a little bit more slowly, and because because you don't really have like a good setup speedy Pokemon to use and stuff. So it's not like too uncommon if you don't run into one while playing through. Oh, nice, the multitasking. I've never like hunted in a main series game at the same time as Rumble, but I might need to try that someday. That sounds smart. Probably with a good like soft reset hunt that's not too involved. So 5 shines, 1 horde. That is like ridiculously close to being impossible. You got the shiny Absol? Congrats, dude. Oh yeah, you can find shinies in the demo, for sure. That's actually how Dallas hunted this game for a little while before he actually bought it. He looked for shinies in the demo, and I think he found quite a few. Bellsprout's hard to like tell whenever it's on the ground when you're viewing it from above at this angle. Pokemon always registers a lot of extra trademarks for sequels or things that could potentially be other versions of the game, either in case they actually make them or to like, I don't understand the logic behind why they do it, actually. Like, I think they registered for gray version and stuff. Maybe just because the ideas were on the table or they didn't want someone else potentially stealing their intellectual property somehow. Oh, no. That sucks. Failing a shiny like that. I never played Double Dash, actually. Well, I played a little bit at a friend's house once, but I never owned Double Dash. I think I borrowed it for a brief period of time. I loved every second of it, and it was always a really special thing to play because I didn't personally own it. So I'd love to play that again someday. What are my thoughts on Verlisify? I honestly, like, don't, like, watch too much of his stuff. I don't think I've ever watched any of his videos, actually. I know he tries to start stuff with people a lot of the time. That's whatever. I try to stay out of that kind of stuff. Just enjoy Pokemon for what it is. And enjoying other people who enjoy Pokemon. Oh yeah, Jake's Cranidos was insane. That was so cool to see. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that wasn't an actual fail. It's too easy to do that in a stream chat. Like, it reaches the point sometimes when people report like legitimate shinies where like you're kind of skeptical about it a little bit because there's so many people out there who just like say, OMG, ran shiny insert Pokemon here, and they never actually got it. Thoughts on Pokejungle? They're pretty funny a lot of the time. Have I ever accidentally walked in a Pokéradar patch that you didn't see and breaks your chain? Yes, especially in 6th Gen where there are those silent but deadly patches where you walk into it and it just instantly like ends your chain without even an encounter. That's always a sad way to have it go. But it happened to me so many times when I was like hunting Hawlucha, because I did that with the Pokéradar back in the day, and you'd have to walk behind rocks and stuff, and it was always scary. That was one of the longest Pokéradar hunts I ever did, but I got it. What time am I streaming tomorrow? I may or may not be streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. It's almost completely random, but you can watch me on Twitter, and I'll announce it if I do stream. Oh, that's awesome! You got a shiny Clefable. Yeah, that's a little bit hard to notice too. The green ears. I haven't personally found anything in a little while since I've gotten to 6. I'm drowning pretty hard. Not really. Interesting that you suggest that, Diogo. I might have something sort of similar in the works right now. And that's the gauntlet that's taken me forever. Oh yeah, the route with Bagon, that is a tough one. I'd say the hardest Pokéradar hunt overall in all games, though, is the Sunkern hunt in 4th Gen. Because it's in such a tiny patch of grass that it's almost always unsafe to try and continue your chain there. So it reaches a point where you have to find a good trade-off between the patches being hard to find and it being difficult to continue your chain. Like, I've seen people have to reset it around like a 16 chain for that, which is ridiculous. Really rare. Yeah, like shiny. If you notice here, like the Raichus, like the lighting makes them look different. I don't think it was a shiny Raichu, but those are both the same color. The light's just weird. Who are my mains in Smash 4 and Melee? In Smash 4, I play King Dedede, and I've also played a little bit of Bayonetta and Diddy Kong, and I pretty much main like not really main, but I play like the random button, so I play pretty much everyone in that game. And in Melee, I play mostly Jigglypuff. Ness was like my main before I got into competitive stuff, though. Good night, Onion34. Thanks for sticking around. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, Bank has always had, like, strange outliers that don't allow Pokemon to be accepted. It's always kind of silly. I feel like they should almost get, like, some Pokemon fans to double-check that for them. Since, like, people... It seems like fans have a better memory of all the Pokemon that have ever existed as events than the actual people who have made the events sometimes. I haven't seen Purple Penguin 66's Clefairy. That sounds insane. I'll have to check that out. How's it going, VRT Cubes? I like the Rubik's Cube background you have. Or not background, icon, whatever. I want to play Smash later. Potentially after Rumble weekend. I pretty much stick to strictly Rumble unless I have like a big event going on during Rumble weekend. But like maybe Monday night. Monday night would be perfect for me. Oh, yeah, walking into the wrong patch when there's a shiny patch is really sad. I haven't had that happen to me yet. Actually, yes, I've had something similar happen to me before. I had a Dunsparce patch right in front of me, and I was switching out to my synchronized Abra to try and get the right nature, and I hit teleport instead of switch, so I teleported away from the shiny patch. That was like one of the stupidest things I've ever done. Oh, Ness is your Smash 4 main. He was my original one back in the 3DS days. I don't know why I completely dropped him, but he was really fun whenever I played him. I just ended up playing a lot more DDD. You think I missed a shiny Staraptor? Tell me if I did. It's not a huge loss if it was a Staraptor. I've found like 5 of them or something. Or what was it, a shiny Raichu? Oh my gosh. Well, give me that timestamp and that'll be in the video as a fail. I guess after the stream is over, I gotta go back and figure that out. I'm about like 3 hours in. Okay. Well, at the pace that I go out, I'm bound to miss something every now and then. So I just walked past a shiny Raichu. That's also okay. I have like 3 or 4 of those as well. Not the biggest loss. So did I fail Staraptor as well, or was it just Raichu? Well, this is the first time I've ever like had something, walked past something and like known that I failed it now. That's a kind of exciting feeling, even though it's kind of sad at the same time. Splatfest tomorrow. I've missed almost every single Splatoon 2 Splatfest, and I think I'll just miss another. Would you use a negative for the... Oh yeah, it's still a live event. I'll just have to wait till after the live event's over. Or I could just make a mental note of it right now. It's like around 3 hours, 7 minutes or so. It'll be in the video. Oh, you'd think I missed a shiny Squirtle too. Of course. I always miss the shiny Squirtle. Oh my gosh, if it was a Riolu in the middle of Staraptors, I would, like, cry. Oh wait, no. Okay. It was a regular Riolu, not a shiny Riolu. That freaked me out for a second. If it was it was a Riolu that you mistook for a shiny Staraptor, not a shiny Riolu in the middle of Staraptors. That would have been, like, one of the saddest things. And there goes my Alpha Sapphire poster. That falls off the wall, like, every day, and I don't know why. I keep adding more like sticky things to keep it on the wall, but it just goes like that. Sounds good, Super Mario 1020. I'll check that out on Twitter in a little bit after the stream. Will I make a second channel for games other than Pokemon? I actually already do have one. It's called Absoltastic. I mainly upload like my Smash combo videos and stuff to there. I'm working on one right now with my own clips. I think it's in like my channel box if you hit view all channels on my channel. Just Absoltastic. That's where I'm going to be uploading other general game stuff, but honestly for the most part, most of my motivation is in making Pokemon videos right now. That being said, I might try and do level 100 gauntlets and other RPGs or something someday. That'd be a cool thing to do, like Earthbound. Oh yeah, normal rank S Fiery Furnace is very worth hunting in, with all the stuff you can find there. Solid place. Yeah, like, I've always thought that it was possible because of the tickets, getting Pokemon with traits from the tickets, but I've just never been 100% sure. And that's, like, what's driving me crazy about it. Like, it seems like so possible, but we don't know yet. And yeah, it seems you can't get, like, traits from rank C aside from shinies. And I've gotten plenty of shinies in rank C over the past couple years. I guess it's because they didn't want to introduce, like, the traits too early in the game. Like, maybe they were kind of powerful for the really low-level Pokemon. They wanted to make it more of progression. Kind of like how you don't see Pokemon with 2 moves in rank C either. Yeah, it's presumably 180, 192. Really hoping to one day finally, like, get a 100% confirmation on that. I'm trying to, like, learn how to data mine it and stuff. I might stream some Coliseum on Twitch someday. Going for Bayleaf. It's not the most exciting thing to stream though, because like the resets are incredibly slow. I'd have to really be in the mood for like talking, because like that has to completely carry the stream whenever it's just like a really slow hunt like that. Oh, I hope so as well, Cloudy not to. That'd be awesome. Nice 810 Dream Diaries. I didn't even know shinies were possible in that. That's awesome. That was like the first random shiny that I ever actually caught too. A Lickitung. A Crystal. Yeah, it's extremely inaccessible. Like, I have just now, like, finally uncovered some text files within the game. Like, I'm using, like, Mario Kart editing tools right now to get to the bottom of this, because it's a lot of the same file formats. And, a lot of the stuff is also, like, very cryptic. It's gonna take, like, some advanced, like, Wii hacking specific knowledge in order to get to the bottom of it. But yeah, I'd be down to discuss some of that sometime with you, Cloudy Not To. I'm trying to like both like figure out some of the secrets of this game, and also potentially modify some of the stages to remove some of the more annoying lighting effects and fog effects to make a version of the game that's a lot more easier on the eyes to hunt. Nice, XH John. You're so close to EX now. Sounds good, Aqua Dialga. Good having you. Yeah, I'll show this shiny collection after this. That's what the sound effects are like. Yeah, you should evolve your shiny Lickitung. Same here. One theory that I talked about a little bit earlier is that, like, after Pokemon Ranch and after 4th Gen, they really had to make, like, all the toy Pokemon, like, 3D models from scratch. And I have a feeling that, like, maybe some artist or something just did not feel like making the shiny textures for all the extra Pokemon they had to make, since it's not necessarily the same people working on the series, the main series. But yeah, this is like Rumble's niche. Like, it's incredible for shiny hunting, and it's kind of just sad to see that feature completely stripped away from the new games. I'm honestly hoping for anything really these days. I'm trying not to set expectations too high for anything in Pokemon, because I tend to enjoy things a little bit more that way. Like, going into Detective Pikachu, I had no idea what to expect at all. and I had a blast with it because I didn't have like any sort of like expectations at all. I'd love to see either of them, honestly. Well, Pokemon's shiny is underrated. There are lots of mid-evolutions that are really good and don't get much spotlight. Like, I think Grottle on its own, especially in the older generations, is an incredibly gorgeous shiny. And it gets overshadowed by, like, Turtwig and Torterra, since most people, like, usually keep it in that state instead. Grottle's one of my favorites. And Shiny Fail Story. I have so many of those. Let's see, I'll give one. Let's see. Whenever I was like 9 years old, playing through Ruby again, I did a run through where I wasn't really like stomping at Pokemarts or anything. I was out of Pokeballs and Great Balls. I was on the route with the Ash and Soot, and I found a shiny Spinda. Didn't have anything to catch it with. And that was really sad. That was really, really sad for me at the time. And ever since that day, I've been like trying to stay prepared to find a shiny at any point. But clearly I don't stay prepared enough because I still fail shinies to this day. In stupid ways that I could have prepared for. Yeah, that Raikou is going to take some incredible patience. Like, especially with, like, the Trek from the PC, that's something that's really underrated. I'd say definitely try and obtain a Japanese copy of the game, a Japanese GameCube, if you have the money to do that. Because that way you can use the bonus disc, the Japanese bonus disc, you'd also have to get that, to get the Master Ball early, so you could catch it in a Master Ball and not have to worry about catching it every soft reset. Because that makes a huge difference, especially with something with a low catch rate like that. Oh yeah, you can yeah. Those shiny Rumble U figures are pretty slick though. I spent $30 on one of them to end up just getting Jirachi. Yeah, the Grottle named advertisement. Yes. I got a hunt for advertisement in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. That was mostly Shiny Hunter Nick's thing, though, with the advertisement. So how does My Hero Academia make me feel? Dude, it's like one of those shows where I cheer for the main character so hard, like harder than any other show. Because Deku's just like one of the most likable main characters out there. Fantastic show. Really excited about tomorrow. New season. Normal Raichu. Yeah, I've been keeping pretty busy too. Glad I was able to participate in this one myself, even though I usually organize it. I'm glad you're able to participate too, Cloudy, not to. Glad it ended up working out for you. It's always good to hear when people are like being like, this was the perfect weekend for it. Because determining a weekend is actually pretty tricky. I wasn't looking at the screen, just looking for the trampoline. Oh yeah, Toonami last Saturday was crazy with the April Fool's joke, doing everything in subtitles in that Mind Game movie. That was something else. I didn't even finish the movie because I ended up going to bed, but most of that movie felt like a dream anyway. I'm going to be rewatching that sometime soon to make sure that I like wasn't half asleep the whole time. Will he be on Twitter tonight tweeting? If I have stuff to tweet about. I don't just like usually these days I don't really just randomly tweet stuff out anymore. I was going through my time hop the other day and I was like, man, a few years ago I just like tweet out like stuff for no reason. That is a sad story. Do I think it's clickbait when people do stuff off cam? What do you mean by do stuff off camera for like 9 shinies in a row? I don't exactly like fully understand the situation to be able to assess if it's clickbait or not. But the title sounds a bit clickbaity. How's it going, shiny twins? Either Brooke or Willow or both? Brillo? Tweeting out stuff for no reason is what Twitter is for. Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's true. I just don't have as many things to tweet out for no reason in these days. Well, actually, that kind of happened earlier tonight, Jesus. Like, Kial and I, whenever I found Eevee, he found something at the exact same time as me. But there's that for sure. It's been a while since someone I was, like, chatting with, like, also found one at the same time in a call or something. There was one Rumble weekend where, like, Dallas and I were in total sync with the shinies that we found. It was ridiculous. We'd, like, react one after another. Okay, Brooke. Yeah. Glad you were able to make it out to the stream. I've had pretty good luck so far. I've found 6 shinies. 7 if you also count a Raichu that I apparently failed. I walked right past it and didn't even notice it, and then the chat was telling me. I don't think I'm going to be going on the stream for too much longer tonight, but I'm still feeling the energy for like one more cycle of the stages after this. I think that'll be a good time to stop. Oh, and thank you. Yeah, like that Absol, that was like one of the most exciting hunts to ever happen to me, for sure. I'm gonna still like I'm gonna just go back to that video for motivation anytime. Some people really do get that insane luck though, where they get multiple shinies in a row. That is like something that is just bound to happen to someone, and it's almost surreal when it does. Yeah. My luckware absorbs too much luck. That's what happened whenever I failed that Raichu. Yeah. I like to cycle through stages whenever I don't know, I go back and forth between sticking in one stage and then just jumping from stage to stage. Because I feel like whenever I'm staying in one stage for a long time, that's whenever I drought hardest. I've had days where I've spent like all day in Silent Forest and not found anything. But then I start like hopping from place to place and then finding shiny after shiny. That's just my personal luck with it though. Why do I always use Aerodactyl? It's oh yeah, it's Brooke and Claire, the shiny twins. It's because it's speedy and has the move Agility. Aerodactyl is like one of the only Pokemon that can be like that can have both Agility and Rock Polish. So it's really easy to get a good Aerodactyl that can use one of the speed enhancing moves. And that's why I always use it, because it's like one of the by far the fastest and most efficient way to hunt in this game. Downside is that I might go so fast that I walk past something like the shiny Raichu. But I've already have like 4 of them or so. Happy early birthday, Nagol64. I'm assuming your name is actually Logan, since that's like Logan backwards. Thank you for the birthday luck. Oh, that Abenzio video. I talk about that video so much. I'm so sad that I can't watch it anymore. That was so crazy when I first saw it. That's one of the like videos that I saw that got me into like buying Rumble that night. I'm fairly hyped for Season 3 of Tokyo Ghoul. I haven't kept up with it much. Like, the last thing I saw of it was the day that the last episode of the last season aired. So I'm like, I don't remember much of what happened, but I really enjoyed it whenever I watched it because I was watching it with my friends. So I'm gonna watch that soon for sure. What's my next shiny hunt in the main series games? Right now I am working on hunting for Bayleaf in Colosseum, and that is an incredibly slow hunt. I'm lucky to get 50 done in a day, but it's going to be so worth it in the end whenever I get it. Aside from that, I'm also planning on quite a few other hunts in like Fire and Leaf Green. I really want to go for Quillfish through fishing. And I've also been thinking about hitting up Black and White sometime soon. I've got like an endless series of soft reset hunts I want to do in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Oh yeah, the Shinx and Sphinx video. That one always stuck with me, like with this grandma story at the beginning. That was just a good shiny video. I watched that like back in 2009 or 2010 or something crazy like that. And I was like, that was just a nice wholesome video. It's a shiny Sphinx. It's yellow. This is a Sphinx. Good video. Good stuff, Shiny Masters. Yeah, Benzio was the first full odds hunter I watched. I watched a lot of Z33's Pokéradar chaining whenever I first started out. And that's what got me into chaining. And I watched a Benzio's videos because I just knew he had like some of the wildest reactions and stuff and found some of the coolest stuff. And I think I occasionally watched a few Shiny Collector 7 videos and Supreme Arcanine's videos before I really knew who they were. Like, I didn't even pay attention much to the channel. I just saw that they got shinies and thought that was cool. So it's kind of crazy, like, being all those years later. I didn't really get into the shiny hunting community, like, until 3 years later. And, like, knowing more about these people now and stuff. It's interesting that I was just such an outside observer for a while. The Heart Gold thing? Yeah, that's still a thing. That'll happen someday. That's like one of the many projects I'm working on that like I won't finish anytime soon, but I'm slowly working towards it. That's like most of my videos I'm working on right now. So you won't see too much stuff in terms of quantity, but you'll see some really long videos eventually. I remember watching Jakarta's Odd Egg video from Crystal, where he got like Tyrogue. That was the first time I heard about the odds for that hunt, and that blew my mind. Oh yeah, Just Shiny Hunter. I remember that name too. I wonder where the term Shiny Hunter was first coined. Because it's become like the term to call people looking for shiny Pokemon. SH. I actually fell for that April Fool's Manaphy on Twitter. I was fully baited by it. I'd say Shiny Bayleaf is fairly normal in Colosseum. It's a little bit more pink, but it's like fairly like faithful to the original Shiny Bayleaf. Really looking forward to actually seeing it. Yeah, Quick Attack really messes with the camera. Eevee can really, like, screw with the camera, too. How's it going, Pundoozy? I like that name. Yeah, that would be a really cool thing. Honestly, why isn't that a thing yet? There needs to be, like, actual shiny hunting lore in the games. Like, there needs to be stories of people who go out there into the wilderness for days at a time looking for shinies. It needs to feel like an actual activity that the game acknowledges at some point. Though I also do kind of like how secretive it is. Like, back in the 2nd and 3rd gen games, it's such a hidden mechanic that, like, I bet they expected very few people to even ever notice. And that's one of the things that's so enticing about it to me. It's like an entirely new way to enjoy a game that's almost so impossible to do that I don't know, I love it. Oh, that sparkling boss Zapdos, that is rough. What was Abentio's first 5th gen shiny? That is a tough one. I don't know, actually. I really don't know. It's been so long. Yeah, rest in peace, that shiny Raichu. Look at those 2 Onix, like, right underneath the menu right now. Hold on, let me see if I can... They're, like, just bumping together. There we go. You can only see him for a second. Hey, Pondoozy. Happy to hear that, dude. Or girl, dude. Or whatever, dude. Just gonna call you a dude. Or just dude. Dude is gender neutral as far as I'm concerned. What was my first hunted shiny? My first hunted full odds shiny was Virizion. I did a bunch of Pokéradar hunting, and the first one that I got through that was Machop, I believe. Either Machop or Beldum. One of those two. I could actually die here. That's kind of scary. Yeah, there we go. Lose. His first was a Temple, that's right. I passed Raichu at around the 3-hour mark of the stream. It's gonna be in the compilation video. You're a boy, okay. Oh yeah, I've never watched Queen's Blade, but I've only heard those sorts of things. Like, I've seen, like, the promotional thing for it, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not interested in this show. Like, I don't watch anime for the fan service, I watch it for the story. And I repeat, it's perfectly fine that I failed a shiny Raichu because I have like 5 of them. Yes, you do see Rumble, Emily Daniels. What's up? I think a couple people confirmed that I passed up a shiny Raichu. I'll have to check out the recording directly after this, though. You got a shiny Venusaur in it. That's sick. That's one I have yet to find. Attack on Titan Season 3 is going to be cool. I watched Season 2 for the first time last summer while I was doing the Youngster Tristan Gauntlet. Subscriber! What's up? Your first Gen 5 was Shelmet. Oh, that is wild. I love shiny stories like that, where like just something like that happens, like you pass the game to someone else and they find it and stuff. Oh, or like you leave for a really long break or something while mid-hunting and you come back and the first encounter is a shiny. I don't remember what my first Gen 5 shiny was. I think it was a random Bayonet in Black 2 while I was grinding on Victory Road, followed by a random Audino. And then a Sock. Yeah, I think that was my sequence for shinies in Gen 5. Early on, in the early days. Oh, I have no idea when Attack on Titan Season 3 is going to be. I'm just going to let it happen. Like, it's reached the point where, like, I just know it's always going to be a long time, so I'm never really expecting it to happen. My favorite anime of all time, though, is Hunter x Hunter. And I'm still reading the manga to this day for it, and they go on hiatus a lot. Like, the writer only makes, like, 10 chapters a year. So it gets kind of painful at times waiting for new chapters and stuff, but it's just incredibly well thought out, and it's just one of the coolest universes. Kjell Seal, yeah, that one was crazy. One of those really wild ones. And whenever people also do, like, they're changing recordings, and they're like mid-recording and they're about to like swap out and start their new one, deleting their old recording or whatever, and they decide to do one encounter and find a shiny. That's also always absurd. I've seen that happen before too. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is amazing. It is so good. Like, whenever I first started watching it, I watched the entire Hunter exam arc in one day, and I was like, this is one of the greatest things ever. It was just a really enjoyable, like, shonen show. And then it went crazy afterwards, and I loved it even more from that point. It was on a wild ride with it. I started with the 2011 one. I still haven't seen the 1999 version, which I've also heard is really good. But I've gone and read everything up to that point, too. Later, Totally Meta. Thanks for sticking around. So what do I think of Fairy Tail? I couldn't get into it, honestly. Like, I see the appeal in it for a lot of people and stuff, but I just really couldn't get into that show for some reason. Thank you, Gypsy Z. I heard about the Heatran. I haven't checked it out yet, though. Yeah, Shiny Croagunk looks really cool. Yeah, a lot of the shinies in this game are a lot less subtle than you'd think. But then some, like, Dugong remain to be, like, almost, undiscernible. That Meowth really stood out to me earlier today. I was really surprised by that one. Much darker. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood's also amazing. I need to rewatch that in Code Geass someday. Okay, I started really watching, like, anime at, like, from series to series, like, on my own time, aside from, like, watching it on TV in, like, 2013 when I started college. I'd watched it with, like, one of my friends, then another friend would, like, recommend all the stuff that he'd seen. And we'd just sit down, we watched series after series. And we started with, like, Death Note, and then, like, Code Geass, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Steins Gate, just all these essentials. And I really need to go back and rewatch a lot of them, because I have nothing but fond memories of them. Now I keep up with, like, the seasons and stuff and watch them while I shiny hunt. Oh, there was no shiny Raichu? Hooray! And congrats on the Mankey. That's awesome. It's a nice little mint green. Oh, Blackrock Shooter. I've heard about that one. It has, like, the Miku theme song, right? One of my friends has seen that. It seems like a really cool one. I like the style of it. I'll have to check that out someday. It's also a fairly short one, too. I want to go to another convention sometime. I haven't been to one in so long. I'm going to go back to an Absol hunt in 5th gen someday. Like, I want to get it in every single generation for sure. And I think I'm going to do what the twins did. I can't remember which twin it was, if it was Brooke or Willow. Or, I mean, Brooke or Claire. Who did the Absol and Heart Gold Soul Silver with the Hoenn sound. I'm definitely thinking about doing that to hunt for Absol in 4th gen because I love its sprite in that game a lot. And I'd rather do that than have to wait on a swarm. Oh, Cowboy Bebop is fantastic. I've gone and rewatched that show 3 times now. It's one of the few shows that I own on Blu-ray. I got the special edition when that came out. The soundtrack to that show is also amazing. Jesus with the Squirtle. Good stuff, AJ. No, the shiny Squirtle is more of a meme. It's been something that has been, like, rumored that I run from since, like, maybe even, like, the first Rumble weekend where I did a kickoff stream. Alright, after I finish this cycle, I think I'm going to end the stream for the night. But I'll also show the shiny collection very briefly before I go to. So I've got, like, Bright Beach and Eternal Tower after this. I have seen Mob Psycho 100. I loved that show. I actually have a shirt for it. I got a shirt from the Crunchyroll store. Oh yeah, I saw that rock story. That was crazy. I'm glad so many of y'all were able to come out. This has been a very enjoyable time streaming, chatting with so many of you. Y'all are great. I might be streaming on Sunday. I really kind of just impulsively stream during Rumble Weekend outside of the kickoff stream. And if I do, it'll be on my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Absoltastic. And I might announce it on my Twitter, twitter.com/theabsol, if I were to do that. So just kind of watch those spots. Nice, Colin. Did you actually just get a shiny Mew with code? Like, seriously? Huge if true. Oh yeah, Ghibli movies are amazing on their own too. It's really one of the directors of one of them, Isao Takahata, passed away a couple of days ago. He did like Grave of the Fireflies and Princess Kaguya. Pretty sad. This past summer, I watched a lot of Ghibli movies in movie theaters because they did like a sort of like screening every single month of a lot of the classics. So that was wonderful to actually see them on the big screen. Sounds good. Big if accurate. Oh, the frame rate. What kind of frame rate is this? Now I'm confused. I am confusion. Oh, sorry, Diogo. Maybe at the end of this run, we might just see one. Last run of the night. Sparkling Nido Queen down there. That was definitely a queen and not a king, though. King really stands out as a blue. Okay, so this is my collection right now. See ya, Bruce. Last thing I'm going to do for the night. This is my progress on the first page. I actually completed the Squirtle line tonight. So that's cool. I have a full row now. Here's my second page. I still don't have a single female Nido yet. That's kind of surprising. I swear I've gotten Clefable before. Maybe it's on another system or something. I do have a second, like, Wii that I play Rumble on occasionally. Here's this page, which is pretty nice and filled out. There's this one. Got all of these. Cool dudes. And then this one. And here. That Mew is actually part of a future video that I'll explain, because clearly that Mew is not legitimate. It's actually from an attempt at hacking a Wii remote. There's some Pokemon on this page that I don't even have normally in the game yet, and that's kind of funny. I don't have Mime Jr. normally yet either. I need to complete the Pokédex in this game, especially with how many shinies I have. But yeah, that's my collection right now. I'm gonna read chat one more time. Kansas but not Arkansas. America explain. Explain! That's a good vine. That's one of my favorites. Oh yeah, and that Cherim was also part of the Wii Remote hack. Yeah. The Mew and Cherim were both hacked. Because I wanted to see if the Pokemon that were exclusive to the passwords even existed as potential shinies in the game. So I did a little bit of memory editing in Dolphin And I'll be making a video about that sometime. Yeah, both of those were, let me see if I still have the Wii Remote indicator on them. Oh, this one's a Caterpie. Let's see. The Caterpie was what I used when I transferred it from the Wii Remote to Dolphin. But yeah, I'm in the prototype of working out, like, actual, like, modding and stuff for Rumble. But yeah. That's it. Good night, everyone. Thank you for sticking around.